You don't pick against Brady.
If the Browns win that game Monday, you might record without me.
You are now listening to the Not Your Average Sports Fans podcast. Now here's your host, Alec Beichelman and the fans.
Hello and welcome to Not Your Average Sports Fans podcast. I am Alec Beichelman, welcoming into the studio the fans. Guys, how we doing today?
Doing good, doing good.
How
Just
you
wonderful.
doing?
It is a great, wonderful Saturday morning. We have Clay in the mobile studio. Sir, how we doing?
Oh, I'm not doing too bad. Hopefully I'm only in the mobile studio for about half of today.
Hey, half the day is better than the full day or not at all. That's how you look at it.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely a good way to be, as Raceland walked out as I started to do everything there. And what the hell is that vape there? I just that what the fuck? I got questions.
Kiwi.
Strawberry kiwi. I'm gonna be honest with you, that
I like the colorway.
I don't know, man. That's a little wild for
bright.
me. I'm gonna be honest, but
Pretty early for it, but it's all right.
it's
Yes.
it's a little early, but we're rocking and rolling it. And
It is a hide.
Oh, it's a hide. Yeah, that'd be why. But as I look down, there's 0 in the waiting queue. So let's kick this guy off right. Chris, what is on the mind?
Another long work week done. Heat advisory totally sucked.
Yes.
Swamp ass all around. Hope everyone stayed hydrated and stayed cool for it. But definitely ready for the weekend. Ready to talk sports and chat for the podcast. And so rewatching Letterkenny, such a great show. And just ready to roll.
Living the dream, huh?
Oh, as always.
Ain't it nice?
Yes.
Raceland.
What?
What's on the mind?
He said what?
Been that night? It was that kind of night or what?
Yeah. Went to Top Golf last night.
Oh, that's a fun time.
Didn't get home until about 12:30. Didn't get to bed till about 1:30.
Week.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Week.
Yeah, I know.
2 a.m.
Oh, okay.
Step it up.
3
Okay.
a.m.
I've also worked in the heat.
I know.
For like the last half week. I told you it sucked at work this week.
It was a long week for everybody.
I had to wear a hazmat suit on one of the hottest days for 2 hours. I had that thing on for 5 seconds, and I was already drenched in sweat.
Yes. Dropping weight, just standing there.
Yeah, literally.
I don't envy you.
No.
Not at
No.
all.
You
That
remember, you
sounds
remember,
horror.
you remember how that
Bobo.
you put that snap in the group
Yeah.
about it being hot?
Yeah.
I don't fucking hear it. 97 degrees wearing a hazmat suit.
It's good for you.
No,
It's good for you.
no, no. I almost got heat stroke though.
Who needs to be hydrated?
Me, because
Hydrated, never over.
I was on the verge of a heat stroke. I had to stop every 20 minutes to get cooled off.
Why'd you have to wear a hazmat suit?
Working with chemicals.
Oh.
So, but it's Saturday. I'm here. Excited to be here. Trying to maybe get over a cold. I don't know what's going on, but harder.
So I would say it was a long work week for me, but I only worked Tuesday, Wednesday, so can't really say that. So it's been a nice week off of relaxation, doing nothing. I'm ready to talk sports and get into it.
Great to hear. Why am I not getting video shown? Interesting. Okay. Schmady, what's on the mind?
It's great to be here. You know it's summer when you have the gallon jug of sweet tea. Just happy I got a coaching position at Cardington football.
Congrats.
Oh boy!
I feel sorry for
Poor
Cardington. I mean,
Cardington.
congrats,
Poor
buddy.
Cardington.
I'm excited. We'll see how it goes. I hope I can get my schedule worked around it with college and work, but I'm excited. And let's win some games as Cardington. It's hard for me to say that.
Oh, it's a challenge, huh?
Yeah.
A lot to deal with there.
Yeah.
But you're going to have fun. I know you will. And that's all that really matters, man. You're going to go out and have fun.
There
And,
goes your hair.
It's going to be really hard because I think Sherm's the head coach.
oh, gosh.
Oh man!
Sorry.
Yeah, it's going to be
Man.
it's going to be really hard.
Have fun.
Prayers.
A to pray.
Press A to pray. Hey, we're already kicking off with some good questions this morning. By the way, good morning, Hunter. How we doing, sir? And we got a great question from Austin Bigley. Thank you, sir. We will get to it in just a second here before we kick everything off. We are definitely chatting NBA and, as you had asked, NFL. We will chat it up here in just a second. But week's been good. It's way too damn hot this week. I don't know why the hell Mother Nature decided that we should be in the 90s and damn near 100.
Because Mother Nature's a bitch.
Yeah, that was just the dumbest thing in the fucking world.
She just doesn't like us fat boys.
Does she not understand it's middle of freaking June and it's Ohio? We're supposed to be at like 85 right now.
Oh, I thought it was supposed to be snowing.
Oh, shit, yeah, to be honest with you, it's
That's
Ohio.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's
No,
tomorrow.
no, that's next week.
Well, we did have our major storm. We had a major storm, major heat. Now we just need major cold and major snow. So what we're going to get is probably next week we're going to get the 90-degree on Tuesday, and then it's going to go to Wednesday. It's going to be like 60. And then Thursday, Friday, we're going to go into Thursday. It's going to be like -4. And then we're going to start getting that snow accumulation starting Thursday night around
We're going to get
9:30
snowed
p.m.
in
Absolutely.
on Saturday morning.
Rayson looks like he's ready to cry and ready to punch me.
Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
Want to know what? I will thank the Lord for this great dinner, a KFC, and Mountain Dew.
Mellow yellow.
Mellow Yellow.
Oh, it's mellow yellow now?
Yes.
Oh.
The piss
Well-
bottle?
Well, no, because I got Victor's and they don't have Mountain Dew. They have mellow yellow.
Yes, sir. But,
Understandable.
Austin, we will get to your question right now. So, your question is, does Deshaun get suspended until these cases are solved to send a message by the league? That's a really good question. Well, first things first, actually. Clay, what is on the mind, sir?
Yeah, there for a second, I didn't know.
I
if you
always
guys
forget
forgot
Mobile
about-
Studio, dude. Don't even.
No,
I got you.
I mean, it's okay. I understand how you feel. I'm just kidding, but
Well, you've already had a
obviously-
long enough week anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a hot week, obviously, with work. But this morning, I ended up going and talking at a 4-H panel, basically about like my experiences in 4-H and such. More or less, I kind of did it because there was a Canes gift card involved, so I definitely secured that bag.
Hey,
And
it's a win.
probably the biggest thing that's on my mind at this moment in time
Mhm.
would be, why is the traffic in Delaware like 5 times as worse as the one in Columbus right now? Because I made it in and out of like the heart of Columbus with absolutely no problems. Nothing was wrong. But now I'm in the middle of Delaware, and it seems like everybody in the state of Ohio just seems to be wanting to travel north on 23 right now.
No, they
Maybe
just
it's
wanna,
the timing.
No, they just want to drive all through Delaware for no reason.
Delaware traffic is the worst traffic.
Yes.
I'm starting to think that they all want to head north to Put in Bay with Dalton at this point.
I guess. Speaking of, I thought he'd be on later, but I don't know.
Apparently.
Guess he's too busy. I don't know.
Yeah.
But definitely.
We don't need a 20-minute rant either. So we're
No,
good.
God, we
Yeah.
don't need a 20-minute rant about how he doesn't like watching basketball. But
Yes.
definitely important there to be getting your Canes gift card. Definitely solid doing that. But back to our question, because that is definitely
got
Clay.
one more thing before the question.
What did I forget?
You didn't say what's on your mind, Chairman.
I did.
Oh, you did?
I did. I skipped Clay and then I went back, man.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta go backwards.
Yeah, I messed
didn't
it up.
realize we
I
did.
done messed it up. Okay.
He had to go in the
Okay.
way back machine.
Yeah, dude. I
Allegedly.
gotta hit 86 miles an hour or whatever to go back.
Oh, yeah. We got the DeLorean. Okay.
Yes, sir. I think it was 86. If not, somebody's gonna just absolutely roast me in that
I
chat.
just didn't do the thing. That's what threw me off.
You didn't
I'm
do the
like,
thing?
I didn't do the thing.
You didn't do
I
the
didn't
thing.
do the thing.
No.
threw
Well,
me
the
off.
thing will have to be later. Well, one of
We'll
the
make up
things.
for it.
You know, we have a list of
We'll
things
make
that
up
we can
for
do.
it.
But
So-
back to this question: does Deshaun get suspended until the cases are solved and send a message from the league? Kick it off, Clay. Of all the people, bring it. What do you got?
I think in just one of like this case right here, just with some of the things that the NFL has done, like suspended players for like even things that they probably weren't like charged with, just for them like making the NFL look bad.
Mhm.
It's hard for me to see him taking a single snap this year. Like there's way too much going on to where he should be able to play a snap, in my opinion. I think he's just got to be suspended for the year, hopefully figure out some things. And I mean, they're up to what, 26 now, and
26,
he might end
yes.
up never playing in the NFL again. Like 26 is all. I don't know what's going to end up happening, but if he doesn't get suspended for the year, I think there's going to be quite a bit of backlash.
Okay. Raceland, I saw you had your hand up.
It is 88 miles an hour.
88. Thank you. I messed that
man.
up. I was 2 miles off. So I will tell you. I guess I'm not going back.
What now, Schmenium?
Clay, are you done?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm done.
I didn't want to interrupt you if you're still talking.
no, you're good.
If they suspended Calvin Ridley for gambling for his own team, Deshaun Watson better damn well get suspended for this.
Hold on.
I would
Stop.
like to chip in a little bit.
Bring it. Oh, I want to hear what you got, Clay.
On kind of what Schmedium said.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people say, like, okay, Calvin Ridley got suspended for a year. This person needs significant more.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a hard bridge to cross because I think you need to look at cases and look at them separately. Granted, I don't think Calvin Ridley deserved a year, but he technically did break a rule of the NFL.
Yes.
And for like Deshaun Watson's case, I believe only one of them is going after him criminally. I think they're mostly civil cases.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's a hard bridge to cross. I don't know. It's one of those weird things. I just don't think that in an instant like this, it's hard for, I guess, me personally to put like two different situations and be like, oh, yeah, you need significantly more. I think it needs to be just a case by case, person, player by player, like situation, if you understand what I mean.
I agree. I wasn't saying he should be suspended for a year, but he should get a couple, like 4 weeks. I mean, it is 26 allegations, even if they're not all criminal. That's a lot.
So,
and if he loses any of them, if he loses 2 out of 26, I think he's done for half the year to the year.
I get you.
If he wins them all, I think they'll still suspend him for a week.
Okay.
But I think he's going to get suspended regardless. And if he loses most of these cases, I think he is done. I think he's done.
Chris.
18 hours
I
ago.
think if he loses one.
Go ahead, Clay.
My bad. I was.
No, you're good. Bring it
No,
on.
you're good. Bring it. Because I got something else I was going with this.
Yeah, I think if he loses one or two of them, like he's absolutely done from the NFL, in my opinion, because that's a very hard thing to bounce back from. But I've like listened to kind of like mostly Pat McAfee and his opinion on obviously because he was in the league. But he said that like the NFL, they made that exemption list for things like this or I guess I don't want to say things like this because obviously this is a case that should never happen. But for players that shouldn't be playing in the NFL until things get resolved. I don't really recall, but when Big Ben got suspended for like that happening, was that all solved before his suspension came out, or was he suspended in the midst of it?
It, I believe, was a mixture. They got assaulted by the last game, by the final game. He had to serve the suspension.
Yeah, I'm just curious because I feel like I don't know. It's kind of weird because I don't really know when these cases are supposed to like actually start getting seen in like court and stuff. Like these cases are probably gonna go on till like 2025, 2026, depending on whenever they get them started.
So
what you got, Chris?
There was an article 18 hours ago. CBS Sports released it, and according to the Washington Post, the CBS Sports article titled it as Deshaun Watson's suspension could be lengthy. NFL to argue that QB should get a significant ban. And significant as in parentheses. So they think he's going to get lengthy, even with the 24 civil lawsuits going to 26.
Even if he loses one case, I don't see why he would be banned significantly or indefinitely. They banned Ray Rice indefinitely after what he did, but his ban got lifted. If he wanted to, he could have came back to the league, just no one wanted him. What he did was a lot worse, I believe. If he loses cases, he's going to get suspended. If he loses, I'm going to say more than 3 or 4, he's done for a year.
Yes.
If he loses all 20, it might be a couple years.
Okay, so let me just throw this in the pen here. Let me just play a little devil's advocate. First things first. Deshaun Watson, they're still working everything out. What do you say for the Jerry Jones situation, the Washington Commanders situation, and who else had this situation that was very similar in terms of all this?
Robert Kraft?
Was it Robert Kraft?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 3 right there. You want to know what those owners all got? Fines.
Slap on the wrist.
Slap on the wrist. Pretty much pocket change out of their corner. That's what they got out of it.
Yeah, Dan Snyder's actually isn't because of this. This is for another issue. I could think
still,
someone in Washington I think did, but I don't think it was Dan Snyder.
But still, they're going to give them a slap on the wrist.
Right.
But they want to go to Deshaun Watson's situation, and they want him burnt at the stake.
That's because he'll be a face of the franchise. He's not an owner. He doesn't bring in all this money. He's just
Huh?
franchise. What do you think
He's-
of when you think of the Dallas Cowboys?
I think of
I'm
Jerry's
talking about
world,
Deshaun,
bud.
I'm talking about Deshaun Watson right now.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no.
I understand
I
what
know
you mean.
exactly where you're going, and
I
you're
know
right,
what you
Harder.
mean.
Yeah,
It's literally
named Jerry
It's
World.
literally Jerry's world.
But he's the owner. They're not going to suspend him. They're just going to fine him because he brings in all the money.
No, they kick him out of the league.
They will never do that. Especially for a Robert Kraft, a Jerry
That's what he
Jones.
said.
Dan Snyder could have been because
So, yeah.
who cares about Dan Snyder?
And so yeah, if they're not going to kick Dan Snyder out for all the shit he did and all he's
Yes.
done,
And all he's doing.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Well, it's the money situation. The owners bring in so much money to the NFL.
Okay, so do the
Why
players.
would they get rid of them? Nowhere near as much as the owners.
Okay.
You can replace a player pretty damn easily.
You can
That's just
replace
what-
an owner pretty damn
I'm just
easily.
saying that's what the NFL is really thinking about. I believe.
So you're telling me NFL owners bring in more money than Tom Brady ever will? That's
Yeah.
what you're telling me?
Yeah. They run that team, the whole organization,
Yeah, take a walk, bud.
everything.
Take a walk.
That's pretty bad.
Take a walk.
That's pretty bad, Eric.
Take a walk.
Medium, you
ticket
gotta stop, bud.
Take a walk.
everything.
Schmedium,
You will not have the NFL without
Schmedium.
players.
Jersey sales, everything.
Schmedium. I'm
Jersey
coming with
shit-
you because I agree.
Jersey sales? Whose name's on the jersey?
Who sets the prices?
Players!
Who sets the prices?
You can't sell jerseys
Are you-
without a player.
Who got the players?
Are you buying a ticket to go watch Jerry Jones sit in a booth all game?
No, I'm buying a ticket to go
It's
to
the
Jerry's
chicken or the
World.
egg conversation, brother. That's what that is. It's the chicken or the egg. That's what this conversation pretty much is. That's all it is.
Pretty much, allegedly.
Allegedly. I don't get that, man.
I don't understand it either, man.
Really?
I don't get it.
Big love, big love. But Jesus. Come on now. But that's my point. How are you going to not put your owners on a similar stance and only say that you get a minor fine because you're rich? You're more rich than the other guy. You don't get a bigger fine. That's literally the biggest. That's the most BS shit I've ever heard in my entire life. That's dumb. I'm sorry. I just think that's just a waste. And that's, I don't know if that's just a catering situation or what, but who knows? But with the Deshaun Watson situation,
I also have another.
yeah. No,
sorry.
you got to bring it.
I have another like kind of little devil's advocate thing that I think that we need to start opening up our minds to a little bit.
What do you got? Oh, he's got that Delaware internet.
We all know
He got that
money
Delaware
fixes
cellular
everything.
connection.
Fantastic.
How about
At
you
the
run
end of
that
the
back
day.
for me there,
Run
bud?
it
do that
back.
play for
You
the
were
Browns.
cutting
That's
out.
not even an honest, truthful like topic.
Run that
am I
back for
cutting
me.
out?
Yeah, you cut
Yeah.
out hardcore.
Delaware
bad.
got you,
If I-
buddy.
Baker Mayfield might end up suiting up for the Browns still. Money fixes everything. Like that idea is still not far fetched whatsoever.
Baker will never suit up for the Browns on his own merit.
No,
And he won't suit
okay.
up in Carolina.
So
the thing is though, Raceland, I agreed with you, but the longer this Deshaun Watson stuff goes on, the more I realize that he's probably going to be suspended for X amount of time. Like that possibility's still there. Like if Deshaun Watson gets a year suspension, you can't tell me the Browns aren't going to go back to Baker and be
Okay,
like, hey,
so
Jacoby
we fucked
Brissett,
up.
2022.
So here's the deal. He will not ever wear a Browns uniform ever again.
No.
Facts.
This is the reason why. Or at least one of the things that I think will never lead him to it is they could put a gun to his head and say, you're doing this, and I don't think he would do it. He's done. He is done with the Browns. He's called it.
progressive.
The Browns
hear
are
a
done.
reason.
He is done. They're split. It is over. He is just there right now to either get their money or for them to trade him. That is all it truly is. And who knows what's going to happen? And he'll be the 10th quarterback paid by North Carolina, by Carolina in general. It's North. He will be the 10th quarterback.
to say Seattle.
I know, right? He's going to be the 10th quarterback paid by them.
What makes you think like so head strong that he'll never sit up for the Browns again. Which, granted, what the Browns did to him wasn't right. But I want to understand why. Because
okay, so here's the deal.
Things like this all the time. Like, money literally fixes everything. Like, if you are going to go out and make a couple million, why wouldn't he just suck it up for a year? Because guess what? If he goes out and plays great, he's going to get a contract to another team next year.
That disproves everything he's ever said about the Browns and everything he's done. So how do you get on this soapbox and say, okay, I'm going to stand on this huge ass soapbox, and then you just say, oh, because they're going to give me another couple million, I'm just going to burn this now? That's the dumbest thing in the world. You might as well just chop your legs off and say, yeah, now I can't run. That's exactly what he does then in that situation. So then everything he's done for the last couple months, he's just wasted.
And the stuff that I've heard, I really don't think he's really, like, thrown the Browns under the bus, like, really a whole lot. Like, I think he's just kind of spoken the truth. Like, it hasn't been anything bad. Like, look at what I know Tyreek Hill is on the Dolphins now, but look at some of the stuff he said about the Chiefs. Like, he's being, I don't know if you guys have seen those clips, but he's being, like, honest about the Chiefs, but in the grand scheme of things, he still, like, loved playing there and stuff. Like, I don't know. It's a weird situation. I think at the end of the day, like, money can literally fix anything. And it's literally 1 year that you got to, quote unquote, suck it up.
Was Tyreek Hill being honest when he said Tua is a better passer than Mahomes?
More accurate.
I think that was of him to say, if you want me to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think that was the smartest thing I've ever heard him say.
Schmied, you had your hand raised. What do you got?
Money doesn't fix everything in the NFL. If a bridge is burnt that bad and it's swept away by the current, money's not going to fix that. It's burnt on both ends. Baker, what he said about that Browns organization, his stances he took, the Browns would rather cut off their nose to spite their face than have him play another game for them. And the way that the Browns handled the whole Baker situation at the end of the season, playing hurt and everything, there's no reason he should ever want to come back and play. I don't care. And the Browns won't pay him enough money for him to come back and play. He needs to get out of there for him and the Browns organization. They will start Jacoby Brissett at the beginning of the season if Deshaun Watson is suspended.
And Brissett for
But
2022.
I think we got to keep an open mind on it because he's still on the Browns roster. Like, if the Browns truly wanted to get rid of him and he believed that he was toxic to the organization, I believe they would have just ate the salary. And
No one wants him. Nobody wants him right now.
It's not that no one wants him. It's that no one wants to pay his salary. They want the Browns to eat it because all these owners and GMs and stuff are pissed at the Browns for giving Deshaun Watson a whole guaranteed contract because it just fucked the entire QB market.
No, there's bonuses involved. Most of his contract wasn't it mostly bonuses? Or is it all guaranteed money?
Baker's is all guaranteed money.
I think it's
No, are you
guaranteed.
talking about Deshaun's?
I was talking about Watson's.
Oh, no.
I thought Watson's was a lot of bonuses.
No. It's all guaranteed.
Watson's is all guaranteed.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I think that this is more or less a way for teams to get back at the Browns because, I mean, why are you going to trade for a quarterback and take salary off their books when you can also draft a young quarterback next year in C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young if your team's going to suck? I mean, it's definitely a weird situation to be in.
I think what's going to happen with Baker, he's going to go to a team like Tampa Bay and sit behind Tom Brady. He's going to go to Denver, sit behind Russell Wilson. He's going to be a bench quarterback for a year or two until somebody retires and he gets the spotlight. No one that needs a quarterback now is going to take Baker.
No.
They're just going to wait and draft somebody from the stacked quarterback class.
Carolina will.
Carolina will. They've already said they want to get a deal done.
Well, no offense to Chris, Carolina is stupid. They don't know football.
I think you're on to something here. What if, so the Browns, let's just say they don't ship him out. What if he ends up just like, obviously not playing this year, but he goes to everything, or him and the team have an agreement. He gets his money from the Browns, whatever. But what if Brady actually retires after this year, and then he goes to Tampa Bay and signs there? You're on to something there.
I think that's the best spot for him.
Or
No.
Indy.
Oh, I agree.
They have Kyle Trask. They like
He's
Kyle
not good.
Trask.
He's not good.
I'm telling you right now, they like Kyle Trask.
Bruce Arians even said it.
Bruce Arians likes Baker.
Bruce Arians ain't the coach anymore. He don't
Yeah,
fucking
but
matter.
Yeah.
he's still got some.
He has his
pulling
input.
in
He has his
Tampa
input.
Bay.
He has his
He also
sway.
have input. I don't know
Kyle
what Top Bowles was
Trask.
doing. It's Tom Brady's
telling
fault.
you it's Kyle Trask. They believe in Kyle
Well,
Trask.
the problem that with Clay's statement is Tom Brady's never going to retire, so we don't even need to think about Tampa Bay. Come on, guys.
No, he did retire.
Yeah,
Kyle
he came
Trask,
back.
maybe.
You know,
So he retired.
he's going to be the first quarterback ever that's half robot, half quarterback. Come on, guys. You know I'm right.
Someone help this kid. Someone help this kid. I don't think any one of us can help this kid. They're
No.
No. Just no.
No.
Oh Lord.
Well, that was some. We haven't had Baker talk on the show for a while.
Good. Let's
Yeah.
keep it that way.
Now it's a
Yeah.
real podcast.
No, we're keeping it that way.
No, we're done with Baker.
Yeah, we're done with them.
Baker's where he belongs.
Yes.
I am getting some stuff reset up here because we had
It-
great.
It's also kind of hard for us to like veer away from that though, just because like we've got Browns fans and we're an Ohio-based podcast. Like it's kind of hard to avoid that talk because him
Yeah.
and Watson are all trending on Twitter every damn week.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yep. Chris, do you want to take us to our next subject? or-
Well, we do have a little bit more NFL news. We have a new pizza sponsor in the league. Pizza Hut isn't the main pizza sponsor anymore. It is now Little Caesars Pizza
what a
as the
downgrade.
main pizza sponsor for the NFL.
Can we all just agree that Pizza Hut's way better than Little Caesars? No? Is no one going to agree with me on that statement?
I don't know, Schmedium. You
I'm
got to
not a
look at
fan.
prices too, not just food quality.
I'm just food quality right here. Pizza Hut's just so much better than Little Caesars. It makes up for the price.
Pizza Hut's expensive as fuck.
Depends on what you get.
Trash.
I would rather pay $5 for a hot and ready pizza. I actually think it's like $5.99 now. They raised it $1.
Yeah,
like
they had to
50
put it up
cents.
$1.
Yeah,
Damn.
it's $6 now.
Never mind. Fuck Little Caesars. I'm boycotting the NFL.
Yeah. Okay.
No, we know the main reason you're boycotting the NFL. Anyway, so that's some NFL chatter I got. You guys got any NFL chatter to add or
Nope.
good?
No.
All right.
I'm
No.
good.
Well, I do have a quick little college football update, as I'm sure you guys heard. CJ Carr, the grandson of Michigan coach, TTUN coach Lloyd Carr, his grandson committed to a college. Michigan was one of the choices. CJ Carr committed to Notre Dame.
I did see that.
So when what position does he play?
Quarterback.
So when he's the quarterback of Notre Dame playing Michigan and they get beat by about 30, he's going to really regret that choice.
Hey, you ready You ready for this, bud? He's getting coached by 2 Buckeyes as well.
Yes.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, I'm not even mad that he didn't choose
So
Michigan.
I bet you he'll beat Michigan.
I'm
I'd be
not
like,
mad.
glad I didn't go to Michigan.
I'm not mad that he didn't choose Michigan. I'm mad he went to fucking Notre Dame. Like, if he went to Ohio State, I wouldn't be as mad as him going to Notre Dame. Notre Dame sucks. They have no conference. They will never win a playoff game. What is wrong with him? What?
Hey, maybe with him joining now that Notre Dame will realize, oh, maybe we do need to join a conference. Ain't gonna happen.
No,
but
Notre
you
Dame
never
will
know.
never join a conference. They will get kicked out of the NCAA College Football League before they join a conference. God, I hate Notre Dame. Maybe more than I hate Ohio State. It's
I do have
close.
a question about that Carr quarterback, though. I heard, like, and some of the stuff I've read, I heard that he never, like, wanted to go to Michigan. That he wanted to pursue, like, his own, like, career rather than living in his grandfather or his dad, whichever one it
Grandfather.
was in their shadow. Which I could be completely wrong. I think Harbaugh just probably fumbled the bag like he fumbles everything else.
I mean, I can see why he wouldn't want to go to Michigan because of that. Same reason why I don't think Arch Manning's going to go to Ole Miss or Tennessee.
What?
Because he doesn't.
Now,
That's my same exact reasoning.
I think that those are a little different considering Harbaugh lost his coordinators due to the fact that he tried to go to the NFL and wasn't good enough to
And
get back into there.
He also lost a lot of recruiting too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Arch Manning went on a recruit trip to Alabama. No, not Texas.
He did a visit. Yeah, Arch did a visit.
So he went to
Bama.
Georgia and then Alabama. So he's visiting all the big SEC schools. I think he might surprise us and just choose. You know
I
what?
don't
Screw it, I'm
blame
going to Alabama.
He could go to
Nick
Virginia.
Saban has his ways.
People think he's going to go to Virginia.
I wouldn't be mad. I don't think that's the right choice. I think he needs to go to a school that has a good chance at winning it all.
As we're talking about recruiting, Georgia adds a corner. He is the number 2 recruit in the ESPN 300. Cornerback A.J. Harris. He committed to Georgia. He chose the Bulldogs over Alabama, Florida, Clemson, Ohio State, and others.
Who has the number 1 recruiting class right now?
I think it's still Texas A&M. I'm not too sure. We could find it along the way.
What are you saying, Clay?
I have an interesting topic for you fellas. I have an interesting topic for you guys. So, like, with players like Arch Manning, with who he is, obviously, or like when it comes to LeBron James' son, like in the NBA, it goes from different sports. If you're that age, wouldn't they just go to whatever school offers them or whatever school they can get the most money?
It depends on who you. It depends on who you are. Like Arch Manning, you're going to make it to the NFL. You're going to make a lot of money in the NFL. So why not go to a school that you're going to win it all and get a national championship? I don't think money really matters to those type of players who know you're going to the NFL. You're going to make a ton of money. Now, for smaller players who might not make it, they're going to go to the school that they can make the most money from, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Texas. I'm telling you, Texas.
They have Quinn.
Texas is my exact answer.
Texas?
When does
They won't do all right if Sarkisian
he
still
come
pitching
out?
there.
What did you say, Clay?
Arch Manning will be coming out this
Arch
year.
being college football, not this season, but obviously not this season. But is it next season? In 2023, he'll start playing college football.
Yeah, the class he has high school classes 2023, so fall 2023 he'll be starting college football.
Yeah, there's no way he goes to Tech.
I don't think he's going to want to sit for a year.
Texas. Not have to sit for a year.
But
Quinn's not that guy, but okay.
We'll see.
well, I found another.
Rayson, can you give us a horns Don real quick?
Don.
Thank you.
Another college football, the classic Army-Navy rivalry. The game will be played in 5 different cities along the East Coast for the next 5 years. Foxborough, Massachusetts will get the game in 2023, which will be on December 9th, followed by Landover, Maryland on December 14th, 2024. Baltimore will host December 13th, 2025. And December 12th, 2026 will be East Rutherford, New Jersey. And the last one will be Philadelphia on December 11th, 2027. And all 5 games will be televised nationally on CBS. So kind of cool they announced who's going to be hosting the Army-Navy games. Because that's still it's still, for me, of course, I know a few people that went to the Naval Academy and played football.
Yeah.
And so how great the rivalry is. So kind of awesome to hear that they already announced the sites for the games, how the Army-Navy rivalry will be played at.
Absolutely.
So,
Well, talking about cap hits, Baker does only have the 25th highest cap hit.
Just
in the
stop
league.
talking. Just stop talking.
how is that college football?
I just had to bring it up.
Just stop talking.
I had to.
Just stop talking.
Is that a flag? I feel the box is calling.
Come on,
Next.
give me a partial T.
Next.
Set that down.
Oh,
Thank you.
my bad.
Thanks,
Me
man.
still showing the soapbox, I guess.
Thanks, man.
So, all right.
So let's get into the real conversation today. Let's be honest. I've been wanting this conversation really badly.
First off, we have to hear. Clay has to start it off by saying that he was wrong.
Okay, Clay, I do need to hear that from you.
Unless Clay's not too far, he'll be in
Yeah,
the
well,
studio.
How far away are you, Clay?
Literally, like, almost right down the road.
Okay, so I guess we're
I'm
waiting.
going to have this conversation, I'm going to need to be in there.
Okay,
If
So
you
Chris,
want me
let's
to-
talk
wait.
NHL
All right.
then. We should talk Stanley Cup Finals.
We'll talk NHL real quick as Clay comes, and once Clay is here, we'll take a quick
So
break.
Chris,
But-
Colorado won, right?
let's talk about Colorado, man. The
Yes, sir,
freaking
let's go.
Avs, man.
I watched that game.
The freaking
I
Avs,
didn't
man.
know really what was on.
Chef's kiss.
Living.
Chef's kiss of a game.
Anybody that beats the Lightning in the finals, I'm there for it. I don't care if you only win one game. I'm here for it. I live it. Okay.
From what I've heard, Chris and Lightning is like the Tom Brady of the NHL.
I hate
So-
the Lightning.
We
Actually,
hate,
I didn't.
we hate
We
the Lightning.
hate the Lightning.
Lightning is not good.
No,
Fuck
the
the
Tampa
Lightning.
Bay Lightning went back to back the last 2 years in the Stanley Cup Finals, so I'm kind of wanting the underdog.
No
to go.
three-peats.
Gotcha.
No
They're
three-peats.
fighting for a three-peat.
No three-peats.
Really, the team in hockey I hate is the Pittsburgh Penguins. That will be the Tom Brady of hockey. Anyway, but yes,
But we don't like the Bruins either.
the Bruins. That's another one.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the thing is, Tampa was playing containment on Nathan McKinnon,
Yeah.
but everybody else stepped up.
They were able to step up and play it, and I think that'll allow for McKinnon to get a little bit more openness in the next couple games.
Oh, 100%. And with them doing it with Nazem Kadri in the lineup, and Kadri may be returning later in the series. I'm definitely ecstatic.
Vasilevsky, man, from the Lightning. I don't like the Lightning, but man, that man plays on his head.
He was solid for him.
He
I'll
is
give it to him.
insane, and sadly enough, he is the best goalie in Florida, and that's over Bob, man.
And that's definitely saying something.
Bob
'cause
has
Sergei
stepped
has
down quite a bit from what he was in
since
Columbus.
since he's been out of Columbus.
And I don't know if that's because he's finally getting paid. I don't know if that's just because he's getting older and the league is starting to get to him, or guys are starting to figure him out, what it is. But
Right.
I don't know, man. It's one of those that he really is the best guy in that division in terms of the goalie. And some people even say he's the best goalie right now, all around.
Best goalie playing right now.
Absolutely.
And Colorado, their goalie, I'm trying to pull up the names real quick. I was reading the stats. There's Colorado. Comfort, he was out all last series, and they were using Francois. Colorado's been going back and forth with goalies like nothing, but Comfort going in, yeah, he allowed 3 goals on 23 saves. His save percentage was .870.
yeah.
Still solid, especially against a team that has Surchek and Point now back, and this team that has so much experience being in the playoffs and make it to the Stanley Cup because they're coming off back-to-back cups and
Yes.
they're looking for a three-peat. But Rantanen for Colorado, he was just all around the ice. He pretty much he didn't score any goals, but he did finish with 2 assists. He pretty much was just playing he was pretty much playing the passer.
Absolutely.
Like he'll be the force, get down the ice, drive down, and they all would put the pressure on him, and then he would just kick it back out to whoever else. But definitely ecstatic to hear Colorado win Game 1. Game 2 is actually tonight,
yes.
8 o'clock on ABC. Colorado leads the series 1-0.
And man, I hope they get another one out
Go
tonight.
Colorado.
Yes, sir.
Are they in Denver again tonight?
Games in
so
Denver,
it's 2.
at Ball Arena.
Is it 2-3-2 or 2-3-1 or 2-3-1-1?
2-2,
That's the thing that messes me up.
2-2, 1-1-1.
Okay, so it's 2-2
1-1-1.
1-1-1. Okay.
That hurt my head. I'm gonna be
Because they
honest.
lost 2-3
So
for hockey.
two in Denver, 2 in Tampa, 1 in Denver, 1 in Tampa, and then Game 7 would be in Colorado.
Yeah, Game 7
Okay.
if necessary is in Colorado.
Yes.
Okay.
It might
Which-
be 2-3-2, but I
which-
think they went 2-2, 1-1-1. Just
With
like
the last
NBA
couple
finals.
series, the Lightning really have shown that they pop out at the end. They fight for their life at the end, which who knows, we could go to a Game 7 and be seeing a Game 7 in Colorado. Which, on one hand, would be awesome. On the other hand, would not be good because I want to see the Avalanche win it. So, and we know how the Lightning go in Game 7.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. The only team that they just can't play against is our Blue Jackets, you know. So,
Well, while we wait
You
on
got the
Clay,
allegedly shirt.
allegedly, what a great shirt there.
Allegedly.
So, also, still in NHL news, Vegas hires Bruce Cassidy, former head coach of the Boston Bruins, for 6 seasons.
Yes.
Chris, how do you feel about that? That a good pickup? What do you think here?
I'm so curious as to why they got rid of Peter DeBoer, which I kind of make sense. He's been in Vegas for last few seasons.
Mm-hmm.
He's gone to the playoffs every time he was there, except this year. I get new face. They did get rid of Marc-Andre Fleury out of nowhere. They did make some trades that were questionable. I mean, you traded to get Jack Eichel, but you traded away Alex Tuck.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some people saying, why did we make that trade? Alex Tuck. People in Buffalo are saying they won the trade because they got Alex Tuck over in addition to Jack Eichel because Jack Eichel was fighting an injury. And now Vegas making the move right before they hired Bruce Cassidy.
Mm-hmm.
Literally made the move to get Shea Weber from the Canadiens
Yes.
for their young guy. I think it was Dadengolf. And he was solid for him. Like, my buddy, shout out for being in. He's a Vegas fan.
Yes.
He was enjoying them. And when we went to watch Vegas Columbus on March 13th, which excellent game, by the way, he said he was a young stud, and he said he's going to do great things for us. Well, they traded him for Shea Weber.
Yeah.
Like I said, Shea Weber still fighting injury. Even the Anaheim Ducks joined in.
Yeah.
After Vegas announced it on Twitter saying we made this trade, yada, yada, yada. Anaheim said, you did? So Anaheim was having fun on Twitter, so it's fun watching them social media accounts go back and forth.
The Ducks, baby.
But Cassidy, the old Bruins coach, going to Vegas, I like to see it's going to be a change of pace. Hopefully it sparks out everything and it helps Vegas stay as a contender and a playoff contender.
Well,
Definitely interesting to see how it goes, but I think Vegas still has to get a couple players. Maybe dish out Robin Leonard.
So it's definitely one of those things where you are going to see a lot different of a play style coming from the Vegas Knights this year.
Oh, 100%.
Vegas Knights have always been, well, ever since they started in the last couple of years, they've always been a fast-paced team. Go, 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 go. Next, and rock it. And I think with a coach that has been established in the league for quite a little bit while,
Right.
and has had a team that has been held to a higher level standard in NHL for so long, I think that they're going to be playing
Right.
a lot more of a common ground level game.
Literally, Vegas, first season in the NHL, made it to the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah.
Second season in the franchise, made it to the second round.
Mm-hmm.
Third season, Western Conference final.
Yeah.
Fourth one, second round of the West.
Yeah.
This is their fifth season, I believe.
Yeah.
And they now just missed the playoffs. And they were only 6 games out.
That's insane, especially for the fact that Seattle came in this year and just did not compete at all.
Yeah,
They had a rough season.
I was really hoping they could one up the Vegas for their inaugural season. I thought it would have been awesome to see, but Seattle still did. I'll give them credit. I think they did more solid than Columbus did their inaugural season.
Absolutely. But I don't know where homeboy went. I'm going to say he went to go.
Oh, I'm going to go ahead and throw
he's right
something
here.
out. There he is. Never mind.
Well,
Drain the lizard, my bad.
Understandable. So, quick recap before we'll let him get a little established. Let's chat a little baseball real fast.
Yeah, we can chat baseball.
Get her done real quick. Guardians right now kind of looking good. Coming into some tough series, though. Right now they're playing against the Dodgers, which they won last night.
Thank God.
They swept the Rockies, didn't they?
Fuck
I
that.
believe they did sweep the Rockies. Let me double check on that before
I
I
believe
go
the Rockies were
finalize
sweep.
it. They did? Okay.
They did because it's the first time that they have went to Denver and swept the Rockies.
And that is
in
a
like
challenge.
22 years.
Oh, 100%. It's hard to get a sweep at Coors Field. Beautiful ballpark, by the way. Definitely want to visit that ballpark.
There's not a thing in Colorado that I wouldn't say is beautiful. There's quite a lot of beautiful things there.
The weather.
Well, the weather's just hit or miss, but be honest, every state has their bad weather.
Tornadoes.
Facts.
Tornadoes.
Rockies.
Is that where they have tomatoes in the tornado?
Yes.
Oh,
Have you ever seen that?
Allegedly.
Have you ever
So
seen that
you
YouTube
can
video?
You can eat in the tornado.
yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely. Yeah, you can make pizzas in the actual tornado. Just hold your pizza
Oh,
down.
I have a YouTube
Mozzarella,
video to show
I
you
just
guys
don't
after this.
I'm
I'd
very
rather not
scared
see
for this YouTube video.
Oh,
you're
I
about
don't
to
really
show us.
want. I don't want anything.
Well-
You're gonna show me on YouTube.
St. Louis is number 1 in their division now.
Oh, that's gonna make you
It
happy.
sucks though because
Nobody
we've
cares.
gone on a 2-game losing streak and we're 5-5 the last 10. We've been on a skid.
Talking
But-
about the Reds moving on trying to get out of last place.
They're trying to. It's crazy. They're not even fighting Pittsburgh for last place. They're fighting the Cubs.
Cubs are on 10 games good.
You know where Cleveland's at?
They're second.
One game behind the Twins,
And that is a lot.
and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Oh, it's because we missed a couple games. That's why.
We've got a doubleheader against the Twins coming up, I think, at the end of the month.
Yeah.
And because of that doubleheader,
No.
we
Starting Monday, 21st.
okay. So sorry, starting Monday.
Yeah.
Is it Monday or Tuesday, Chris?
Tuesday, 21st.
Can we figure out a schedule this?
Okay.
Dates are hard.
Starting Tuesday, they have a doubleheader against the Twins, which was already a 4-game series. So they play the Twins for 5 straight games.
Okay. Wait, did you say the 21st or the 22nd?
21st.
Okay, yeah. That's
No, the doubleheader will be the 28th.
Okay, so we're just gonna let it
They'll
go.
be
We
on
play the
lost.
White Sox in a doubleheader sometime this month. That's great.
I'm lost. Oh,
We got 2 straight
golly.
weekends we're playing the Twins. We got a weekend in Minnesota and a
It's
weekend
okay.
in Cleveland.
It's
and a
okay.
weekend in-
Just take a breath.
Numbers
Breathe
are
in,
hard. Numbers
breathe
are
out.
hard, okay? Numbers and dates are
Machine
hard.
Head.
Fighting for his life.
I don't
out
know why
here.
he's going to the box. I'm just reading the ESPN
But
schedule. Can't get there.
Right now, you're leaders for all the divisions. You're looking at the Yankees in first as
Fuck the Yankees.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck? 48
They
wins.
got Clay's idea. It's just throw money at the problem.
No, okay, so hold on. Let's run this back.
The world goes around, right?
Let's just
Yeah.
sit back and talk about this. The Yankees are going to have a great season, and then they're going to get to the postseason, and they're just going to pee down their leg. It's going to be great. Because
Judge
they're
is
gonna
having an MVP caliber season, by the way.
Yes, but then they're going to get into the
I'm
playoffs,
sorry, he
and
is.
somebody's going to figure out how to
Dave
throw
would
a
say
fucking
rise
curveball.
for the judge, just to let you guys
He's
know.
going. He's
just let
going
him
to
be.
eat shit in the
see how
playoffs,
we're
but
riding.
right now he's having an MVP caliber season.
The Yankees will maybe get 2 rounds, and then they'll be like, well, I'm worried about my stats, so you know the rules. Twins are leading the Central in the American League. Only 1 game ahead of the Guardians.
Yes.
Your Astros, trash cans, sorry, my bad. Houston trash cans, leading with a 9-game over the Rangers right now in the West. Wow. Then you look
Who's
at
the
the
second?
Mets.
9 games.
Rangers. I know, right? I know, right?
Huh?
Fighting for their life right now.
Allegedly.
Well, you also have the Angels who have not found baseball in their life, and then the Mariners right now in second. to
Slowly
last.
but surely.
And then guess what? The freaking A's, baby, they're in last. What a great
I
time to
still
be
follow.
alive. Yes,
There's still plenty of baseball.
dude, they have the worst
Which
record right
spooky.
now in baseball. They are tied with the Royals for 22 wins.
I saw a fun stat
I'm
about
so happy.
Detroit, the Tigers.
The Tigers are actually showing up.
They have the worst offensive rating in every category.
Hey, man, they are
Their
better
pitching
than-
staff's really, really good. Their defense is good. Their offense is the worst in the league by far.
They have more wins than 5 other teams in the league. So
I know,
I'm
which
not
is
mad.
crazy.
What
I'm
do
just
you
telling you
Guess
that
is
stat
half
right.
game up in the NL West right now.
In the NL West,
Yes.
well, half a game up will be the Padres.
Yes.
They are finally showing up.
It
in the
don't
West.
matter. Half game's a half a game. They're still
The
in
Mets
first.
are up 5.5 on the Braves, and then the Cardinals. They're only a game up on the Brewers, but really, it's the fight for the Cardinals and the Brewers right now in the Central.
It's pretty much Cardinals and Brewers. for the
It's Christian
Central.
Yelich, and then the guys that
Paul
are definitely going to be they're
Cyrus,
going to be retiring.
Yeah, it's Christian
Bring it back, we're
Yelich
ready
and
to talk
a team
NBA.
of 100-year-olds.
So, on that note, we will kick this off. First thing is first. Golden State has won their I don't know, for their franchise.
Seventh.
Is it 7th for the
They're
franchise?
seventh for the franchise.
Fourth in 8 years.
This is Steph's 4th.
In 8 years.
Steph's 4th in 8 years, which is a 50% win rate. That's insane. But let's chat about the fact that 4-2 in the series.
Yep.
First time since the '85 Lakers that an opponent won the finals in Boston.
And it's a stat that only happened twice.
Yes.
So it's very hard to win a series in Boston for the visiting team
And
for the finals.
your finals MVP was Steph Curry. Clay, how you feel about that?
He had a great series. I mean,
He did.
with how much hype people give him,
Yes.
he was expected to win it.
Okay.
But I would argue that award, if it was my choice, I don't want to say I would have given it to someone else, but there was another player on Golden State that definitely had an argument for it.
Are you kidding me? There's no way.
I know.
No way.
I did not say that
Hold
Steph
on.
Curry didn't deserve it. I'm just
Hold on.
saying that there was another player that had an argument to
Okay.
get it.
Yes.
But who's that player?
it would be Andrew Wiggins.
No way. No way. No way.
Because
no way, no
a
way.
finals MVP is how a player plays, like, directly in the finals, obviously. You've got those 6, 7 games, however many it takes. But the only reason I'm saying that is I think you have to eliminate the fact of, like, oh, yeah, Curry did all this on the defensive player of the year. Because I watched every game, and it was just a poor coaching adjustment, I believe, on Boston. Every time there was a screen, they ended up switching, and it ended up being Al Horford was guarding him most of the time, which I think that their bigs actually did a great job in the series. But when you got Robert Williams and Al Horford, they can only do so much. I mean, I just think that they could have done a little bit better on defense. Curry is still a liability on defense. I don't care what anyone says.
Okay.
He played a horrible Game 5, and he didn't show up in the fourth quarter in Games 1 through 3. He had a great Game 4. He stepped up in that quarter.
Okay.
Game 6 there, it was just a great team effort. And the only reason...
He played a lot better defense in Game 6 than I kind of noticed from this season.
He played
But
a lot better defense the whole series.
his defense has been improving this year.
But...
Yeah.
Especially because Tatum's trying to drive and Curry's just like, whoop, swatting the ball.
So,
whoop, swatting the ball.
With my Wiggins argument, though, is as for consistency just this series, Wiggins showed up the entire series.
Okay.
He more than exceeded his expectations of which he needed to do on offense. Like, he basically took Klay Thompson's role. And I'm not saying this to be a Curry hater. I'm putting that idea that I think Wiggins had an argument too, because he played great. And also, Wiggins locked down an All-NBA player in Jason Tatum. That's the real reason, in my opinion, why Golden State won this series. Because if you sat there and watched all those games, if Tatum can find his stroke or his shot in those games, Boston wins this series. Like, there was 2 games or 2 or 3 that they could have won if Tatum just could have found a shot at some point in the game. So, I mean, obviously, we all knew Curry was going to get it. He had a great series. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. But, I mean, I think we need to give some love to Andrew Wiggins because he had he had a great series. He had an argument to win Finals MVP, but I'm not saying that he deserved it over Curry. I think that I would put them on the same level, and we know who the award would go to at the end of the day. So.
Absolutely.
He had a great series.
Yes, he did.
But it's a lot easier to have a great series when you're the 4th option or the 3rd option and you're a number 1 pick in your NBA draft.
Yes.
You're saying he's a 4th option.
He's not.
Yes.
He's either the 2nd or the 3rd.
No.
We'll argue about that later. I just want to say, Clay,
God, I'm gonna
I think
tear you to
the main
pieces.
reason Steph deserved it is because if you got rid of Steph from that team, they lose.
If you get rid
If you
of
get
Andrew
rid of
Wiggins,
Wiggins, I don't think they lose as easy as you think they would.
So who guards Tatum?
It goes to a Game 7.
Draymond?
And
Okay.
Donkey.
One of the best defenders of all time.
But here's the ordeal. I'm being serious. Did anyone there? Did you watch all the games? Because I
watched some of them. I didn't watch all
watched
of them.
every single game.
No,
and
Andrew Wiggins was a key piece for that
The only
team.
reason why I'm going to, I don't want to say ignore, but deflect that argument for you that Draymond would guard him is the fact that I watched Draymond guard Jaylen Brown for most of that series.
Yes.
And look what Jaylen Brown did during that series. Like, Jaylen Brown
He didn't play that great. He played good in a couple games.
Are you
2, 3.
Jaylen Brown played amazing the entire series. He played consistent. He played great. Jaylen Brown had the best series I think I've ever seen him.
I mean, also, what do you expect? He's a 2.
Oh, yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
2 on a 4.
Yeah.
He's faster than Jason Tatum. I'm just saying, if Draymond guarded Jason Tatum, Tatum would have still been shut down. Jaylen Brown is going to Jaylen Brown.
So,
No matter if he has Wiggins or...
Tatum's skill set, I believe, is better than Jaylen Brown, so he would have blown right by Draymond still.
I
too.
don't think so.
there's a lot of guys that
So
that can
if
blow
you
past
go-
Draymond.
That's a hypothetical.
You
so.
take Curry off the floor and
Yes.
just do Andrew Wiggins, the Warriors get swept in 4.
It's a
If
fight.
you
It's a
take
fight.
Andrew Wiggins off the floor, you still have a Game 7 in Golden State.
Oh my! I
You
would.
go
I don't
from
think
getting
they-
swept
I don't think they get swept.
to go to 7. They get swept. There's
I
no
think
answer
they would-
about it. What,
Yeah.
Game
what
5.
did they do?
I think if Game 5 they win.
Oh, they get gentlemen swept.
I-
What's
yeah,
the difference
gentlemen
between one
swept,
game
but-
to not win any? You might as well just lose all 4 because you're not going to win any other one.
Absolutely.
My argument to that, though. Okay, so you take Steph off the court. Guess what? You throw Jordan Poole in there. Jordan Poole does the same exact things Curry does.
No, he,
No,
does
he
not.
does
no,
not.
He
Yeah, he
no,
does.
he does not.
They-
no, he does not.
they-
Because
Get him,
what
Warrior.
did he do?
Get him.
1, 2, 3, and 4. Where was Jordan Poole?
They
Nowhere to be
literally
found.
shoot the exact
Nowhere
same.
to be found.
Because Curry had
cheering Steph.
Yeah, cheering Steph because he can't score in the NBA Finals because he wasn't ready for the moment. You can't put him in that spot if he's not ready for the moment. Just like we did with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. You put them in a spot, they're not ready for the moment. Jordan Poole was not ready for the moment.
I would beg to differ. I mean, you look at the games where he didn't do anything. Those are the games where Curry had great games.
Give me a second.
That's why Poole.
reason
That
right
is
here. Give me
exactly why
1.7.
Jordan Poole didn't show up, because he didn't have to, because Curry was playing great. Like he's obviously not going to have to go out and score, but I think in those instances, if you take Curry out, you can put Jordan Poole in. Let's say you take Wiggins out. Who do you put in for Wiggins? Who takes over that Wiggins role? That's the only thing I'm saying. Like I never said once that
The death lineup comes in.
Poole can't ever play Curry's role in that offense. All he can do is shoot. He can't drive great. Yeah. He can't pass. He can't play any defense. He has really no off-ball movement. All he can do is shoot like nowhere near as well as Curry can. Curry's the best off-ball mover in the league. Curry's a pretty good, really good passer.
Okay.
His defense is highly underrated. He's not great, but he's good at defense. And he can drive if he needs to.
Some would beg to differ. I think his defense was fairly poor throughout the series. Game 6 it was actually pretty good. I will admit that. But I think Boston was very discombobulated on offense that game. They were not ready for the moments. But I mean, he did play great. But the other 5 games, I don't think he really played amazing.
But that's his weakest point. I'm looking at everything else. Poole could not come in and step in for Curry. They would get swept if he's their point guard. I love Jordan Poole. I love him a lot. He's not ready. He still has a lot of learning to do, and he does a lot of first-year player dumb things.
Here's my thing, though. So, I think
he'll be good.
They both don't have great defense.
Okay.
But you have Curry. Curry will give you 30 a night. Poole can give you 20 a night. That's kind of the way I view it.
So, Hardy, do you have the stats or no?
No, you want the stats?
I'm ready to hear. I want to hear what you got.
So
and then we're going to get on to my topic here.
So what stats you want? You want from 15 to 22?
I do want to hear from 15 to 22.
So 15, he was 26, 6 assists and 5 rebounds per game. 2016 was 22.6, 3.7 assists and 4.9 rebounds.
Okay.
2017 was 26.8, 9.4 assists and 8 rebounds.
Okay.
2018, he was 27.5, 6.8 assists and 6 rebounds per game.
Okay.
2019, he was 30.5, 6 assists and 5.2 rebounds a game. And then this year, he was 31.2, 5 assists and 6 rebounds per game. That's his stat line. The only one I'll give you is 2016.
Yeah.
But any other time in 2017 and 2018, he would have been the Finals MVP. He should have been the Finals MVP in 15.
Yes.
I thought
But,
he should have. I get why they
that's
gave it to Andre Iguodala, but still, Steph, I thought he earned it.
So, on that conversation of Finals MVP, he got it this year finally.
Yeah.
So, Clay, might I ask you, what is your stance on Tony Parker?
If it were up to me, I'd probably take Curry over Parker.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's where this conversation is going.
Absolutely.
But
That's where
I'm
this
not. I
conversation's
definitely don't
going.
think that. I never really hated Tony Parker, but
Did you say probably?
I like.
You said
Tony-
probably.
Yeah.
No, you will. You will take Steph over Tony Parker every time. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Just
You do
go,
no
go on with
probably.
the next one. I see where this
I'm
conversation
sorry.
I think is going.
I'm sorry. I got
So-
upset. I'm sorry.
So they have similar stats now for the finals.
Yeah.
So they both have 4. They both have 4 finals wins.
Yeah.
They both have an MVP, NBA Finals MVP. I don't know, man. Tony Parker still is a huge name in the NBA.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say. He truly was. So my point is, where does Curry now stand after doing everything that he's done? Where does he stand in your top 10 or in your of all time list?
Not top 10 yet.
He's not top 10. Where's he at?
I would personally need to go through a list. I did not come prepared, so that
Okay,
is totally
that's
on
fine.
me.
No, you're fine.
But
And I could have let you in.
In my opinion, I don't think he's cracked the top 10 of all time as of right now.
Okay.
I don't believe that he'll ever smell another finals.
Okay.
Which, I mean, that's nothing to hate him. I don't believe that they can keep that core together whatsoever.
Okay.
I think this was the one year they had literally the easiest walk to the finals in the West, in my opinion. And the East is only getting stronger.
Yeah.
So I don't think he'll win another finals. I don't think he'll even make it to the finals again. That's just my opinion. I don't believe he's top 10 yet. And now, if he goes out and he can find a way to win another ring, I don't care if he's a bench warmer or not. If he can put up some meaningful minutes and get a ring at some point before he retires, he solidifies himself in the top 10 all time.
Okay.
But I think that I don't believe he's crossed that bridge yet. And the only reason I say that is because of how big of a liability he is on defense.
Okay.
Just to let y'all know, if y'all haven't read, they posted a early finals winner. They got Golden State winning it again next year.
Yeah, but also weren't the Lakers like favored at one point in the year too? I mean, at this point,
And that's
in
where
time,
favored last year. So
yeah. I mean, and
but their too early prediction, Golden State's going to go back to back.
because one thing that I have somewhat probably harped on a little bit in my years is I have hated teams because I'm like, oh, this doesn't count because this player got hurt, which it's obviously because I'm a Cavs fan.
Yes.
So, like, literally the first ring you got, I'm too stubborn. I don't believe you won it just because Kyrie and Love. That's just me being a Cavs fan and hating the fact that he got a ring with Love and Kyrie not in.
Well, he also
and then
Chris Paul
and then
Kawhi
his
and everything.
his other two with KD. It's just one of those things. Like, it sounds bad for me to be a Curry hater, but those two with KD, without KD, they don't win those, in my opinion. And now, like this one, he went out, he won his ring, and he won his Finals MVP. But what I'm referring to by injuries, though, is I heard Pat McAfee say this, and I really just kind of like thought about it.
Okay.
Is winning in any sort of championship in any sport, it's literally almost luck based. I mean, you never know when injuries are going to happen. Like, think about this: if Chris Middleton isn't hurt, you don't see Boston in the finals, in my opinion. I think Milwaukee's in the finals. I mean, players get hurt, players have bad games and such. I mean, that's one thing I think. I mean, not saying the Warriors are lucky, like obviously they earned it, but it's another aspect to look at things. I've always like kind of harped on. I think this year I've kind of really learned, like, you know what, injuries happen, things happen, and I'm becoming more of an open-minded person.
No, I get you.
Yeah.
So, where does he stand on your point guard list then? I feel like that's a little bit easier to go.
Number 2.
I will say this because I'm not one individually to go back and look back in time. I'm just one that I like to have my thoughts of point guards that I actually watch play.
Okay.
And as for today's league right now, if I were to build a team, he would not be the first point guard that I would take.
So from all the guys right now in the league,
yes,
he is not the guy that you're picking.
If I had the first pick and I had to take a point guard, I would not pick him.
Who are you picking?
Me personally, I'm a big fan of Luka. I think his development in the long run, I will say that. And I am a bandwagon for Kyrie. I will admit that. That is my entire bandwagon thing.
Okay.
And he'd probably be 3 or 4. If I sat here, I'd probably take maybe another guard above him if I wanted to be bullheaded. But me personally, I am a bandwagon for Kyrie, and I love Luka. So those are the only two that I would take above him right now.
I respect that.
That's not a biased opinion, though.
I'll respect the Luka, but I don't know how I feel about the Kyrie.
I don't respect the Luka. He's not a point guard. He's a shooting guard.
He is their point
came
guard
in
of
the
their
league
team.
as a shooting guard. He's a point. He's a shooting guard.
Okay,
Who's their point guard?
Dallas throws
End of story. He has to bring the ball up because they don't have a point guard.
So-
End of story. So Jason Tatum's a point guard. End of story. Jason Tatum's a point guard. He's a point guard. He's a point guard. He brought the ball up. LeBron's a point guard. KD's gonna be a point guard because they bring the ball up. They bring the ball up. There you go. You're the point guard.
This is an argument for after the Steph Curry talk.
But that ordeal, though, is if and Luka in the league, and we're just talking about in the league, he might have come in as a shooting guard, but look at him in the league. He's defined as a point guard in the league. He is not. He has never once been a shooting guard in the NBA.
He's their main facilitator.
LeBron is a small forward, and he's the main facilitator.
Yeah, he can
So
play
how can he
point
be a
guard.
small forward and be the main facilitator?
Because
You
he
have to
will
be a
run the
guard.
point guard
And
for that team.
in the way you're speaking, LeBron has to be a point guard.
I'll take LeBron as a point guard. I would. I'm going to call him a small forward / point guard.
Okay,
he can play all 5 positions.
Let's take the point.
Ben Simmons is a point guard.
We got to
Ben
take the
Simmons
point
should be
guard
a
shooting guard
power
aspect out of this, because if you want to make arguments, I would argue that I would say Curry's a shooting guard because of his off-ball movements. If you want to be fair,
No, I
because
respect that.
I mean, you see a lot of other players bring the ball up and he runs off-ball and stuff. So you could have an argument that Curry is a shooting guard too, but I would just. The way I have viewed basketball, and I've changed my mindset, I try to go guard, forward, and center just because, like, shooting guard and point guard, there's a difference there. I mean, you can kind of flip them back and forth depending on who the player is. Same thing with small forward and power forward. Center and power forward, it's kind of the same thing there. So, I mean, that's kind of an argument. I would put him more in guards.
That
I'd probably make a guard argument rather than saying a shooting guard, point guard, in my opinion. I
there's not
think
really-
that makes this conversation a lot better.
there's not really 5 set positions in the NBA really.
There's
anymore.
3 set positions.
There's 3: center, forward, guard, like you
2.5.
said.
Yeah.
2.5, if depending on the team.
So-
Because if you needed to, you could put a small forward in as your center.
So, and that
Would it be
aspect-
good? No.
PJ
You play
Tucker.
small ball.
Yeah.
PJ Tucker.
That's
It'd
an
be tough.
ultimate small ball.
It'd be some small ball, but
Miami-
again, you could.
Miami made it to the finals with small ball.
Draymond plays
I'm
the
saying.
5 sometimes too. I mean,
Yeah.
Depends on what you need.
So yeah, if you want to talk about guards, I mean, me personally, I would take Luka and Kyrie over him, but I will admit that is most definitely a biased opinion. But I believe in that they would help me win a championship better than Curry would. That's just me. That's my opinion.
Clay, I have a YouTube channel you need to check out. It's called Thinking Basketball, where he goes in depth, spends months on his videos going in depth about these players.
Yeah.
He has Curry's peak ranked at number 4 all time. All time.
Like in guards?
No,
Or,
everybody, all time. He goes through their it's stats that I don't even know what they mean.
yeah.
He has him as I think the 2nd best point guard of all time. Just check it out. You'll learn a little bit.
Oh.
You will. Kyrie will never win another ring in his life. I hope you know that. He is a cancer to every team he goes to.
He needed LeBron.
Did you say he's?
He's a cancer to every team he goes to. That Boston team should have won a finals. That Nets team is the only team to get swept in the whole entire playoffs
And they were projected
and to win it all. It's that wasn't all
So-
Kyrie's fault, but he's a great basketball player. As a team player, he's horrendous.
Did you watch like the Cavs at all when him and LeBron were there? Like, did you?
I did. I did.
Are you sure you watched like
No, I
most
watched
of those
it.
games? 'Cause
Without Kyrie,
he-
they would have lost.
Yeah, because
Without
he-
LeBron, they would have got
Just like
swept.
because you gotta
KD needed the Warriors. Kyrie
needed
the
LeBron.
That's
He
what
got
it
to
is.
shine.
But the thing is, though, and it's the same thing across all sports. I mean, you need the perfect fit, and Boston was never a fit for him whatsoever. Like he came in, or I think he got hurt at some point, like that.
A scapegoat to get out of Cleveland because
Yeah.
LeBron was taking the shine away.
Which I mean, if he wanted to go try to play by himself, I mean that's kind of his decision. But the Boston thing, I ignore that part of Kyrie's career. That's one part that
I get that, but
But
okay, argue
the
Nets.
Nets argument though, you go from having Harden, who I don't like him.
Yeah.
I really don't. I don't believe he'll ever win a championship. So
I don't think so either.
them getting him, that literally
him,
was just them begging to not do anything in the playoffs. But then you go out and you trade for Ben Simmons. So guess what? Like you literally have a star player that's giving you nothing on that team. Which, granted, I'm not saying you need 3 star players to win a championship, but I'm saying like you're wasting money on a star player that you could be using towards role players. Like I believe that's more of a management role, in my opinion.
Yes,
And then you gotta also think about injuries
but I'm
and
still
such
going to
like
bring
that.
up. You have a point guard who you would take over Steph.
Yeah.
You have a basketball player who's considered the best basketball player in the world by most people, and Kevin Durant, and you get swept in the first round. By who?
Milwaukee.
By Milwaukee, who they only really have Giannis. They have Chris too.
It was
Kyrie should have.
Hey,
It was Boston. It was Boston.
because Tatum was playing defense on KD.
Okay.
That's what I
Okay.
remember.
Well
yeah,
then,
I did
you
forget
got-
that because I was about to call him stupid for this Milwaukee argument. I was about to be like, you got Holiday, you got Chris, you got Giannis, you got Brooke Lopez. I mean,
Don't give me Brooke Lopez.
Stop it.
I love Brooke Lopez,
the Nets. The
but
Nets
there's
don't
no
have a big,
reason
but
they
whatever.
they lost. I think they were going to. They shouldn't have got swept. They should have at least gone to 6 games, but they got swept. They got embarrassed.
Hey,
So
we won our playing game. We beat Cleveland again in the playoffs.
I keep forgetting you're a Nets fan. I'm sorry.
Hey, you did do
We've had
that.
injuries.
You did beat Cleveland, a very 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 young Cleveland team.
I do
Who's going
have
to take over the East this year?
Not Brooklyn.
I do have my biased Cleveland take that it's kind of a crazy idea to think
I'm
about.
ready.
Y'all have
So the first finals with Cleveland and Golden State, and this is just my opinion. If Love and Kyrie weren't hurt that first year, we might not ever know about this Golden State team because they showed they could beat them the second year.
Yeah.
So let's say they beat them those first 2 years. KD never goes there, so they don't win those other 2 rings. I mean, that's just something crazy to think about.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, I agree with that.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, that's how sports are.
That Golden State team
has shit going down in Oklahoma City.
That Golden State team should have lost. Well, they should have beat the Spurs, sadly, in 7.
Okay.
I don't think they might have lost if Kawhi was healthy.
Okay.
But Kawhi got hurt. They should have lost to that Rockets team. That Rockets team was going to beat them if Chris Paul didn't get hurt.
Okay.
Yeah, you relied on Chris Paul. That's your first mistake.
Well, I have Chris Paul and James Harden.
That Cleveland team would have won in 6 if they had their 2 healthy, Kyrie and Kevin. They would have.
No,
They would have.
You guys, there's arguments on both
There's
sides.
a possibility.
I'm going to say
there's
they
a
would have.
possibility Boston could have won this one.
No, I don't believe there was ever a possibility.
There was a possibility Boston could have won.
I beg to differ. When
mean,
you're watching that series, if Boston has to, which I love Al Horford. I'm honestly kind of a fan of him.
Al Horford going back to Boston was a solid move for Boston.
But when your offense gets so stagnant where you have to rely on Al Horford to score and then play defense on Curry on the other end, there's something wrong with your team due to switches and
because
stuff.
they had a rookie head coach. If Brad Stevens was the head coach, I think they would have won. Or at least gone to 7.
I think if they keep Peyton Pritchard off the floor, that or that Game 6 would have been a lot different because Golden State would have never gone on a 21-0 run. But I mean, you can make all these arguments, but I mean, Curry played great. It was an entertaining finals, and I'm very curious on how the Celtics are going to be because the East is only getting stronger. You got to think about Philadelphia, Brooklyn, Milwaukee, and Boston. I mean, those are
Miami.
I guess you can say Miami. I mean, you got a young Cleveland team too. I mean, I don't think they're gonna go to the finals, but they can upset a team in the playoffs, I believe, if they get the right matchup. Like the East is honestly.
If Charlotte can somehow play their cards right, they can knock somebody out of the play.
Yeah.
They won't make the playoffs, but they can knock somebody out.
Like the East is absolutely stacked.
Or at least knock Atlanta out of the playoffs if Atlanta's fighting for a playoff.
And then you look at the West, and the West ain't nearly as stacked. You got a dusty Lakers team. You got the Clippers with the load management king and Kawhi over there. And then, so I mean, you got a young Grizzlies team, which I'm kind of interested there. But Phoenix is looking like they're going to lose Ayton. So if they do, what are they going to do? Because that's a big-time big man. Granted, the Mavericks went out and made a move for Christian Wood, but that's not a finals move. I think that's a Western Conference finals move that you can make it there, but I don't think that they can win the finals.
They have to have another guard to help with Luka.
Yeah, so I mean,
they have
Jalen Brunson.
So,
I'm sorry. He's a perfect second piece guard.
Not bad,
but he wants to leave.
So
he's not a good second piece. He's a good guy to come off the bench.
So if the Warriors can honestly like pay their guys, make everybody happy and stay, or maybe get another piece or two, because Wiseman hopefully is back next year. You got a whole off season for Clay to get healthy again. I mean, not saying the Warriors can run it back, but
Jordan Bell needs to get called back up.
But they kind of have a cakewalk through the West if you think about it compared to the East.
If Wiseman comes back to that Warriors team and plays like he should be playing when he's healthy, like who everybody thinks he's going to be, they're winning. I think they're going to win another chip because then they'll have a dominant big man.
I think it depends on what big man what
it depends
team you
on
play.
what you get out of Wiseman.
Yeah, because if they play Boston, I think he gets locked up by Robert Williams. Honestly, I really like Robert Williams.
He's a good. He's
a damn.
I have a question.
He's
I have
a damn
question
good
about
shot
Robert
blocker.
Williams.
Yes.
Why is his nickname Time Lord?
That's Al Horford.
It is.
Yes.
Every time I see Time Lord, it's Robert Williams blocking someone.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure it's Robert Williams.
That doesn't make much sense.
I know.
So Curry is number 2 on the point guard list.
Yeah.
Under Magic. I can't put him
All time, absolutely.
I can't put him under
I'm
Magic.
happy that you and I are on the
I
same
can
exact
argue
list
it.
on that one, man. It's impossible to put Magic.
You can make an argument
Yeah.
to put Curry above Magic, but I just cannot. put
Man, you
Curry
can't go
above
back and
Magic.
say that.
I know some people do. They could say it. They're definitely having
Interesting.
right here, right now. They say you can make.
Yeah, I can't. Like, I just
It's
can't.
impossible to put Magic under him.
Like I said,
Come
player-wise, I take Curry over everybody with the point guard in the league right now. But I get Clay. I'm a big fan of Kyrie. I take Kyrie. I even said I take Dame. But it's because I'm a
Forgot
guy
about Dame.
in the NBA. I like the underdog mentality.
Yeah.
There ain't much underdog mentality with Steph Curry. It's literally Steph Curry's on the court, and you're just like, this guy's going to drop a minimum of 30 points. Okay.
I'm gonna argue you. There's still like somewhat of an underdog mentality because he's just at that point now where he's exceeded his underdog thought process, or not thought process or mentality, whatever. Like he coming out of Davidson with all those ankle injuries. I mean, he was definitely an underdog in the league.
Yeah.
No one.
But here's the thing. Also coming out of Davidson, a lot of people projecting him to be a bust. Everyone was saying Steph's not going to be making the league. Steph Curry's. Why do you go get Steph Curry where he is? Why? So many reports were on him being a bust. Yeah. Look at him now.
The only thing I will say about Curry though is, as of ranking him and all-time top point guards, I would need to do my research a little bit to get the exact ranking. Personally, I don't know where exactly he'd be ranked at, but he at least got an invite to the table. Mm-hmm. So he's got a seat at the table.
Okay.
But we got to figure out how many people are exactly at the table.
So what does it take for him to become a guarantee at the table?
If you tell me that
Win Clay money.
If he, I mean, yeah. Chris is on to something. Like I said, money fixes everything.
And if you would have bet $5 on Golden State winning the finals, you would have won $100,000. $5, and you would have won $100,000.
What point in the season was that?
I think it was the mid-season or something like that.
Interesting.
I have a question. Was there a bet for how much you could have put down for Steph Curry winning MVP? Will there have been
Probably.
a payout for
I
it?
didn't look at that.
I doubt they had odds for final. I don't really know, but I don't know. I mean, it was. I will say I earned a little bit of respect for Steph, but I will say biasly that I would still take other point guards in today's game over him.
Okay.
Like if I were building a team, I don't think I'd want him on my team. Like I'd have to sit down and really think about taking Ja over him too. Like I'm thinking about wanting to build championships to win in the future.
Okay.
I don't believe that Curry's really going to ever smell another finals, in my opinion. But if he ends up going out and win another finals, he's solidified top 10 all time, and he's either 1 or 2 all time on the point guard list.
I have a list of top
I'm ready.
5 point guards. So my top 5 point guards start with number 5. 5 would be John Stockton.
Okay.
4 would be Oscar Robinson.
Okay.
3 would be Isaiah Thomas.
Yep.
2 would be Stephen Curry, and 1 would be Magic.
So when it's all said and done, if Curry doesn't win another ring and I can open up my mind, I'd probably put him 4 on that list. I wouldn't put him over Stockton.
Okay.
But I think I put Oscar and Isaiah over him.
Okay.
You know, Clay's got a mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basketball. He's been talking the
ours.
most.
I felt like this was one time where I actually had to come in.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't taking his mic. Yeah, I have Magic, Steph, Stockton at 3. I just blanked on his name. Magic, Steph, Stockton, Big O,
Oscar Robinson.
and 5th guy. Can't remember his name
Isaiah?
now. Not Isaiah. Different one.
He doesn't have Isaiah in the top 5.
Who's your top 5? I can't remember his name now.
either.
I don't remember.
The only one you're missing is Isaiah Thomas.
Did you have Big O in your top 5?
Oscar.
Oh, then it's Isaiah Thomas is my 5. I thought you had someone else.
You better have
I don't have
Isaiah
Isaiah Thomas as 5.
Who do you have at 5?
Lord.
I have Iverson.
He's a shooting guard.
Iverson?
No, stop.
No way.
Iverson's at 1, too.
No way. You did not just put Iverson over Isaiah Thomas.
I put Iverson. I can understand where you're coming from. The only downfall for AI was because he never won a championship.
Yeah.
That I understand that, but based on purely ball play, AI.
Curry falls to 5. I'm taking AI over him.
He's number 2. But
He was a 2. He was a 2 in the league. He played the shooting guard.
Yeah,
He wasn't a point guard.
They did have a point guard when they were 76.
Who did they have? Who was that point guard?
It was someone not good.
It wasn't anybody
But it wasn't
good.
Allen Iverson.
They did have a point guard.
I think it was Snow. Eric Snow? Is that his name?
Snow played for a bit.
So standing in the corner makes you a point guard. That's interesting.
Well, he's a point guard, shooting guard. He did both.
He did both, but he's classified as a shooting guard.
But again, based on your argument earlier and Clay's argument earlier,
you're getting me.
I
With
mean,
my point.
he brought the ball down the floor.
Point
Bring
counterpoint.
the ball down and pull.
Point counterpoint.
I don't know.
I have a fun fact because I pulled up Iverson's stats. So, we all know he wore number 3 mainly. Well, when he was in Detroit, he wore 1. But point guard for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these positions. But when he did the big 3 and played in Three's company, he was called a combo guard. So, interesting. But, yeah, no, I mean, they all listen to him.
Argument for
He can make it because he goes back and forth with
But-
both. And
Yeah.
honestly,
I'm just like-
I'll say my
argue
honest
him
opinion.
IT.
For sure.
IT.
And I can understand
Yeah.
yours.
Yeah.
I mean, I can argue Chris Paul to be in my top 5.
No.
Stop! Just stop!
Nope.
Get out!
Nope.
Get out!
Nope.
Because that man is awful and he doesn't deserve
I
to
need
be
to pull
called
this
point
from
guard at all.
You can.
Get out!
You can.
I
you
had
can
something
argue
I
for
wanted
your
to
top
say,
5
but now I lost it.
You
I
can't. How can you? Please tell me what has he accomplished in his career that he's ever done?
He has
He
a
don't have
winner
an
ring.
MVP. He don't have an
I'll
MVP.
say that. If you
He
have
got no MVP. What else has he got? He ain't got
I'm
no
pure
finals.
point guard skills, he's top 5.
But I thought we were just.
I'm not
had the
going
argument
greatness, I'm
of
going
we didn't
point
have a
guards.
guard.
But he also wins a ring, though, if he's able to get her LA.
Yeah. If he went to
Yeah,
LA,
he
he
would've
has a
been.
ring.
I guess he was in LA, but if he goes to the Lakers. Right. man.
I'm not saying he's in the top 5. I'm saying he has an argument. But he's not in the top 5.
He is maybe number 9 on my list.
Oh, I have him like 7.
No.
I'll have to
Maybe
look at my
9.
top
He
10
might
again, but
even
I have him at
fall out
7.
of the top 10.
I do have an interesting thing we can talk about.
What do you
It's different than players. I guess it's kind of half player.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say this, but no one think I'm dumb because I'm gonna have to open up my mind up after I say this. But does Steve Kerr he have an argument to be the best player coach of all time now? He's got 9 rings. He's got 5 as a
5
player,
and
4
4.
as a coach.
Yeah.
Who's all the other players?
Bill Russell.
Who's
How
the
many
other-
did he win as a coach though?
I think he won half of them as a coach because he was coaching at the same time he was playing. For his 11. I think it's...
Yeah, but if you get rid of
He has
Oscar
11.
Robinson because he was the coach as he was a player, so I mean, like,
I know, but I'm
take
saying
him out.
player, coach, who did both, it's Bill Russell. But I think Kerr's second.
yeah.
I don't think there's anyone close.
Well, where do you rank him all time?
I think that's a hard one to kind of. I say if you're gonna put him 2, I think you have to put him and Bill basically 1, due to the fact of like that Bill Russell was playing as he was coaching.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't think about that part. So I guess I would say they're probably tied for 1.
Yeah.
Because I can't think of anyone else who would be a player coach that has a better resume than him right now. I mean, like it's crazy to think, but I would honestly be intrigued to kind of see how he is as a coach because you got to think. I mean, he played with Michael Jordan and all that. And then he goes and he's with Greg Popovich when he's coaching Tim Duncan and David Robinson.
Yeah.
And then now he's in this Warriors dynasty. Like he's been in.
He played for Pop as well.
Yeah. But I mean, he's been in all these locker rooms, and I don't know. I'm curious on how those guys had an impact on his coaching. Like you know what I'm saying?
I think Kerr's a top 5 coach of all time for basketball. I think he's number 4 or 5, but he's top 5 for me. Player coach number 1, tied. He's number 1 for you?
No,
Oh,
no. He is not a top 5 basketball coach of all time.
I think he is.
No.
You can make an argument, but I don't know.
Who's in your top 5? And if you say Phil Jackson, we're going to pop.
I will.
Really?
I will too.
I'll say Phil.
How can you not?
Phil.
I'll put him at
how
2.
do you put Phil and not Steve Kerr?
That's why I have Steve in my top 5.
How do you put Phil instead of not Steve Kerr though? Because Phil went from Jordan and Pippen to Kobe and Shaq. Then he went to the Knicks for a GM and shit himself all the way back now
As he
out of the
still-
league
I was
to
gonna say,
maybe
as
get in
he's-
a conversation.
As he
with
still
LA.
won titles with
Yeah.
Kobe back-to-back seasons too.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I get where you're coming from, but at the same time, you have to put Kerr in that conversation because now he went from Jordan and Pippen to Shaq and Kobe, and he went from Duncan Robinson and what's the other dude's name? I just
Tim Duncan and
Duncan,
David Robinson.
David Robinson to Curry and Clay and all that.
All right, so
Well,
I'll
then
just-
sadly, you would have to put Ty Woo in there then.
yeah.
No, I'm fine with that.
No, you don't.
I don't have
LeBron
an
was
issue
the
with
coach of that
Kyrie.
basketball team.
Yeah,
He
shut
was
up.
technically the coach, though, on staff.
He
They're
has
all
one
in a similar
ring.
situation.
Yeah,
He has
they're
one
all in the-
ring.
Like they're
You
all
tell
in a
me-
similar
That's what I'm looking at right there. That's where I'm seeing.
6, 7, 8. How many How many does Phil have? 11? 10?
For what?
No, he has 3 with Chicago,
Okay.
and he has 5 with LA.
Jackson.
I'm pretty sure he had all 5 with LA.
Yeah.
That's 8 rings. That's why he's number 2 all time. Ty Lue has 1 because of LeBron.
Okay.
You cannot put Ty Lue anywhere near that conversation. I'm sorry.
Medium has a point for once.
I understand that, yeah. But they're all in a similar... How many years did Ty Lue technically coach?
2, 3.
Okay, so that's still a 33%.
And he was known as a kind of a bad coach. That's
It's
why
a
he was fired.
33% there, bud.
So
if we're going by stats, that's, again, a 33% win rate.
How are you basing...
Yeah, your
the question
argument is
how are you
hurting
gonna
my
What are
head.
you going to base the top off? You basing it off of how many times they won the NBA Finals? Are you winning...
Well, in that
winning
case...
percentage?
No, I was just saying the
Or-
fact if we're all going to talk about that whole situation, Ty Lue should be in that minor conversation because he technically won a finals as a head coach. He didn't coach very long at all. That's why I'm bringing that up.
Well, like, I see
Because
what
that's
you're
a
saying.
similar situation because
But that's not
Phil
what-
Jackson did not technically lead all those teams. Be honest.
He did. Phil Jackson did.
No, he did not.
He didn't lead
Jordan had
MJ.
quite a bit on that team.
He
had
did.
quite a bit of influence
But
on
you
that
can
team.
tell Phil Jackson was no one said MJ was the head coach.
Okay.
So, listen. Jordan came out of a huddle. And the play was called for somebody else, and Jordan said, "No, give me the ball."
Because he's
Don't listen to Phil
allowed. He's
Jackson."
allowed to do that.
Phil did not have
Phil
any
wrote
input
most of
on
those
that Bulls
plays.
team
Right,
whatsoever.
but Jordan still had a lot of respect for Phil Jackson to where you look at Ty Lue with LeBron. LeBron didn't give 2 shits about Ty Lue.
No.
He didn't give 2 shits
All
about
right,
Ty Lue.
but
I get
they
you.
probably, if you talk to Curry and Clay and Draymond, they probably had the most respect for Steve Curry.
I'm sure they got a lot of
I
respect for him.
actually have something to counter argument you, and this is from watching The Last Dance. What about the relationship between Phil Jackson and Dennis Rodman? Like, that was more than enough respect that you've ever seen in sports. Like, Phil Jackson literally would let Dennis Rodman go out and do whatever he wanted just because, like, that he knew that he'd play the best. Like, he'd let him go out and party, gamble, do whatever that he wanted. Like,
In any other coach, he would have kicked him off the team.
exactly. So, I mean,
Yeah, but
if you want to talk about a
my
respect thing,
counter-argument to
then
that is they went to Jordan. Jordan went to Phil and said, "Phil, can you handle him?" If you go to the star player and ask him, and then the star player goes to the coach and say, "Hey, can you handle this guy?" And if you say no, they look at the star player. The star player comes back and says, "No, don't get him." You have no input on that Bulls team whatsoever. It's the star player that made that decision.
Can you
They went
tell
to
me-
Jordan and asked, "Do you
tell
want
me
him?"
one
Yes.
all-time head coach that didn't have a star player that would call the plays a lot most of the time? Name one.
Pop.
No.
Popovich.
Tim Duncan called a lot
No,
of
he
those
did
plays.
not.
Yes,
No,
he
he
did.
didn't. No, he
Yes,
didn't.
he did.
No.
Put money on it right now.
Manu
I
did.
would
Tony
put-
did.
I
Tim
would
did.
put my life savings on that Greg
I will
Popovich
too.
ran that
There
team.
is
gambling.
video
Play
evidence
this. Play
of
it.
Tony.
Hold on.
1-800-522-4700.
I love
Continue.
They
There
were-
is video evidence of Tony Parker telling Pop, "No, we're not running that. We're running this." And Pop's like, "Okay, you go do it. Tell the team." He lets his players call their plays.
No.
That's what it takes to be a great head coach. Is if you think your player knows what to do, you let him do it. Pop did it all the time. You're arguing with a Spurs fan here, a diehard Spurs fan.
He did not.
Don't argue with me about this.
Greg Popovich ran that team.
They're about to throw hands.
He did, but he let Tim, he
ran
let
that
Tony,
team.
he
He ran
let
that team.
Manu call their plays.
He let them.
I don't know.
He let them
I
do
don't
it.
know.
in-
That's too far for me.
he let them do it in times where they felt like it needed to happen.
Yes. Yes.
But most of the rest of the time, he's calling it.
Yes. I have him as
That's-
the greatest head coach of all time,
That's the.
but
that's-
he still let his top players call their plays. He didn't call every single play. So to go out there and say Phil Jackson because he let MJ call the plays, it's Michael fucking
And-
Jordan, the
and he let
greatest
Kobe.
basketball player to ever play the game of basketball.
I understand where you're coming from. But listen, there's a difference. Greg ran his team and let his teammates do a little bit of the calling. When it came down to it, it was Jordan. Jordan said, "We're doing this, and this is what's going on." The organization didn't go to Phil Jackson and ask Phil Jackson, "Can you handle Dennis Rodman?" No. They went to Jordan. Jordan went to Phil Jackson. Then they come out of the freaking huddle for the game-winning shot, and Jordan says, "No, give me the ball. Don't listen to him. Give me the ball."
Well, that's Jordan. I get your point 100%, but
Kobe.
it's Jordan. It's Kobe. It's LeBron. They're going to do that. I mean, they're the top 2 players of all time, and then Kobe's a top
Curry doesn't have
12.
that gene in him.
He doesn't.
He doesn't.
don't
So are
think
you?
he will.
I'm.
He hasn't showed it now.
No.
Are we arguing like the same thing but still fighting?
Yes.
Do you have Phil
Basically,
Jackson in your
yes.
top 5?
Huh? Yeah.
Okay, so do I.
I'm arguing that Steve Kerr's in the top 5.
Yes, me too.
But we're arguing with each other for no reason.
I'm really good at this, aren't I?
You're really good
Yes.
at this.
I'm real good at
Who's
this.
your greatest basketball coach of all time?
Probably Greg or
Pop?
Pop or
Yeah, Pops.
yeah.
Well, he is the most winningest coach.
Yeah, I would have to go through, but
You would have to. I mean, I would throw, honestly, a college basketball coach in there because you have to. Coach K.
Wow. Now we're digging ourselves.
Whoa,
Yeah, I thought we
whoa,
were
whoa,
going
we're
just-
sticking NBA
we're
there,
just
bud.
NBA here.
I'm just saying.
Just saying. Hey, I'm driving 80. I'm driving this. Get my car. We're going 88 miles per hour backwards.
Yeah, we need to go
Yeah.
back. We need to go back.
I definitely
Stop.
didn't
We're
expect
talking NBA.
I did not expect to come in here
Yeah.
and the argument today to be over past head coaches
Yeah.
rather than a Curry argument. I kind of
Yeah, I
figured
know,
that's
right?
where this.
All right, now we get back to Curry. We're done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Back to
with
Curry.
Curry.
I think we've had enough Curry discussion. I think he's
Yeah.
still ass. So
Well, you said top 1 or 2. You said the stuff that we're like, okay, it's not as fucking stupid as you've sounded before. So we were like,
still
okay,
think
Clay, we're proud of you.
I still think other point guards over him.
You admitted one's bias and one's Luka. I mean, I understand.
I don't like.
I understand the bias, and I understand Luka because Steph is getting older.
Yes.
And you were saying that's how you want to build your team.
Yeah, I mean, if I
Out-
were to build a team, I wouldn't take him. That's
And I
why-
agree.
that's
I
why I
understand.
can't say he's the best point guard or player in the NBA right now because I would take other people over him if I were to build a team. He doesn't have that same.
He's
mindset
also
as,
32 years old.
LeBron and KD. Look at their ages, but you can't sit here and argue me that you wouldn't take them 1 overall.
I wouldn't. If I'm building a team, I wouldn't. I would take a younger guy to build a team around. We're getting into another sidetrack argument right now, aren't we?
Yes.
Go back.
What's
miles
the
per hour.
plan though in
Just
the
jump
NBA?
the car. I got
If-
the card for fun.
If you win one NBA championship in the NBA, it doesn't care about when it is. If you build a team to win one NBA championship, you have solidified yourself. Look at the Raptors. They won an NBA championship, and guess what? They fell off planet Earth.
And everyone makes fun of them now.
But they won one, didn't they? How do you make fun of the team that won a ring?
Because they're bad now.
They,
You know what team doesn't get made fun of? The Warriors. Because they've won 4 in 8 years, and they're always in contention.
I would argue the contention part, but
They've won 4 in 8 years.
we'll see what they do next year. That's all.
We'll see. I'm just saying, if you want to build a team, I'd build
In the
for...
top 10 of all time.
Curry is in the top 10 of all time. He's the number 2 point guard of all time. He's the best shooter of all time. He's one of the best off-ball players of all time. There's no argument for any of those.
I think I will say that I think I've woken up myself and I have realized that I forgot that Curry sucks. So I'm back on the Curry hating train. So
I don't see how you can hate him.
It didn't take long.
yeah,
Didn't take long at all.
Didn't take
so
long.
I think I just woke up a little
That
bit.
finals win high is just over now, huh?
Yeah.
It was never really a high. The only thing I will say that is an L for the NBA, they literally. I did not like the fact that they went around and talked to every single player. Like, just compared to past, like, I thought it was kind of cool, but compared to past finals, they went through and they cut, like, an entire promo, it felt like, for the Warriors. It seemed like they were literally planning that. Like, it's not co-commissioner, but whatever guy's under Adam Silver, whatever his, like, term is, that Mark Tatum or whatever.
Yes.
It literally seemed like he was rehearsing his lines before he gave Curry the MVP. You never see anyone else do that. Like when LeBron would win his MVP, it's like Finals MVP, LeBron James. Like I don't know. I wasn't a fan of the Finals ceremony, and now I'm getting back on. And the only other thing I hate about watching that Finals was Draymond because it was giving me like PTSD from when he was battling the Cavs. Like he's just the same old Draymond. So.
Draymond should never lead a fast break. When I literally watched him trying to run up court, I thought I saw David running up court.
Oh man,
You're right. He shouldn't lead a fast break, but I would let him run the offense as a passer.
And he got away with a bad travel, too.
Yeah. I love Draymond. I'm sorry.
Hey, Draymond's
Steven
got 4
Adams.
Ds,
Steven
though.
Adams does it.
He's got 4 Ds.
Steven Adams got away.
They-
Bing, bing, bing. How many people can do that?
Yeah.
Bing, 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 bing.
And you guys want to hear a fun fact about Draymond Green? He hasn't paid $1 million in fines yet. He's like 300,000 some short. 500,000. He's halfway.
I have the perfect thing
5,000.
I have the perfect thing to close off this NBA talk for the
Yeah.
day, though. What are your guys' way too early NBA Finals predictions for next year? Who's going to play in the finals? That's a perfect way to end it off.
Oh, well, I still got one thing to say.
Oh, never mind.
I got one question.
I have one
So
fact.
everyone says that the Golden State Warriors needed KD.
Yeah.
But what if KD needed more the Warriors than the
He
Warriors?
did.
did.
KD
He
needed
did.
the Warriors, Sam.
The Warriors just proved they don't need
Thank
KD.
you. Okay.
Draymond was right since the day he said that they don't need KD.
What's that face?
Clay, don't
because he doesn't
argue
agree.
about this. Come on. He
All right,
left
you
and
just
got
ate our
swept.
lemon.
All right.
To be fair, I at least tried to end off the NBA talk.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
now he just lit a whole new fire under me.
I'm going to light one too, and I'm going to say this because you're in studio today. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I was talking to a coworker last week, 2 weeks ago now, and he said that if the Warriors won and Curry won MVP, he would never put KD over Kyrie or over Curry ever again. You never should. Because Curry did it before, with, and after KD. KD has only done it with.
The before one, obviously I'm a Cavs fan, like I said. I don't solidify that ring. Like, in my opinion, just because Kyrie and Love were hurt. I can't. I'm way too stubborn.
It's a part of the game. You have to solidify it.
I agree. But it's just me with being a Cavs fan.
Okay.
It's kind of like, let's say the Browns make the Super Bowl and then Myles Garrett gets hurt. Or, like, Myles Garrett and Clowney get hurt. Like, it's one of those things. It's like, how do I solidify that ring? You guys get kind of what I mean. Like,
Now I know he's really living in fantasy land.
But with
talking Browns and Super Bowl.
But no, that was just the first team that came to mind.
Yeah.
Okay,
Don't put a tear in my eye, okay?
You know what? That's like the Cardinals making the Super Bowl and Kyler Murray getting hurt, in my opinion.
It's a part of the game. It happens.
I agree. But in the same retrospect,
That's part of the game.
if just watching those games, KD took over those finals games, so I don't think that you can say that KD needed the Warriors because it's not like Curry went off and it's not like Curry carried KD to 2 rings. KD carried Curry to those 2 rings.
Oh my lord.
That's like
together.
the
26 and 27. I'm
Man.
looking at 26
So
and
hold on,
27.
whoa.
Look
I
up
have to
KD.
sit down.
I need to see KD's stats
So,
for those because
Clay,
KD
how-
won Finals MVP, so his stats are obviously better.
Clay, question for you.
Yeah,
How do you spell team?
I.
TIM.
Good to know. Good to know.
No, I mean
Good to know.
I agree. Like with the team, that's why the Warriors have built this team. They have great role players.
Okay, so you're telling
But-
me that KD could have came out there 5v1 and ran it. Run it.
That's
That's
I'm
what you're
saying-
telling me right now. That's what I'm hearing.
I am viewing this argument from a different retrospect. I think with those teams and that Cavs team that they were playing, I believe if you take KD off, the Cavs beat them. If you take Curry off, the Warriors could still possibly win. Because
I think if they lose either of those players, they do not win.
No.
Okay, I'm going to hop on a soapbox real
Oh
quick.
my gosh, there's another soapbox for sure.
got a
What is
3-hour podcast.
This is your.
medium
It's
here.
because of
We're
Clay.
going for 2 right
This
now.
is
Okay.
This is third.
So I've been given 2.
Keep
This is the only one I've asked.
rolling.
I've asked for 1. All right, I'm gonna go with your statement first about ever putting KD over Steph again. That never should have happened in the first place.
Yes.
Steph is considered the 2nd greatest point guard of all time. He's the only one I've ever heard. He's in the top 10 consideration of all time. KD's not even a top 3 small forward of all time. I've never heard him in the top 10 players of all time. There's that. And now for Clay's, KD needed the Warriors. The reason he went off in those games is because they had to triple team Steph and they had to make sure Clay wasn't left open on the corner. And Draymond would just pass the ball everywhere. That's why who was going to guard KD? He was the first option because they were getting triple teaming Steph and they had to guard 4 players and one guy had to have 2 on him at all times. Hold on, I'm not done. I'm not done.
Okay.
What did KD do before he went to the Warriors? He made a finals and lost. Never came close to making a finals again. What did he do after he left the Warriors? He got swept. Will never make a finals again.
Oh, and he lost a 3-1 lead.
He lost the 3-1 lead to the Warriors. He got swept in the first round as the Nets team were supposed to win the whole thing. He will never win another finals again. The Golden State Warriors won a finals after he left and won it in 6 games pretty easily. So KD needed that team. He needed the whole aspect of that team. He needed a Steph. He needed a Clay. He needed everything. So there's no Golden State needed KD because they could have won. They proved it. They just won without him. And I think they'll win another one without him pretty soon.
I think that you are very dumb if you think that you have to double Steph Curry.
You have to.
Because if you watch that Celtics series, the first
I'm
four
gonna say something really mean.
the first 4 games, the Celtics they were running. They were obviously calling for screens and stuff. Which I mean, it's a great plan by the Warriors. I mean, Curry obviously needs screens to be able to create shots. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts because he's got to get switches. But if you watch Game 5, they started face guarding Curry and denying him the ball, and it was the same way in kind of Game 6 but Boston's train went right off the tracks because they turned the ball over so much. Their defense just started getting poor. But in those 2 games, when you watched when Boston was face guarding Curry from baseline to baseline with one guy, not 2, one guy, Curry didn't do anything. It's just the fact of teams, I think they're too stubborn to want to just face guard him.
Okay.
Like, if you're a halfway decent coach, if you face guard Curry from half court up, Curry's non-existent in the offense because he's not able to get the ball, then get a screen and such like that. Like, I'm not saying Curry's the easiest guy to guard. I'm not in the NBA, but if I was a coach, I think that would be an adjustment that I would make, and it would take Curry right out of the game. And guess what? You win the finals.
It is to face guard somebody in high school, let alone at the top level.
They had the defensive player of the year guarding him, by the way, too. Yeah, he's going to be able to face guard
Al
Steph.
Horford's the defensive player of the year.
Face guarding him from half court, it was Marcus Smart.
So, but when Curry gets the ball, you set a screen.
Wait, so if you're face guarding him, you shouldn't touch the ball.
No, I understand. I'm talking about your face guarding. I'm talking about your face guarding like he was talking about.
Yeah, when he was face guarded in Game 5, look at the game he did. When Marcus Smart was able to.
He was also, if you look at the plays, he was double teamed and triple teamed every time.
He was not triple teamed.
How did Cleveland guard Steph?
So hold on. We're not doing this.
He was triple teamed and double teamed every play.
We're not doing this. Game 5 was not the defense of Boston. Game 5 was the 43 points he came off of and threw all his energy out there because he had to win Game 4 by himself. That's what that came from. It had nothing to do with Boston's defense. It had everything to do with the 43-point game he had before, and he wasted all his energy on it.
So how can it be top 10 all time if you're coming out into a game like that? Like, look at what LeBron was doing in the finals. He put up 40-plus all series. Why is Curry? I'm telling you, it's from Boston's defense. I think we're going down a slippery slope right here, in my opinion.
Best player of all time. That's why he did that.
But, okay,
No.
I believe if you put Magic, Isaiah Thomas, and all those, Oscar Robertson, they don't just have a game, like a tired game. I don't think that's the right argument. This is the NBA Finals, which, granted, I mean, they're pro athletes, and everyone's human and stuff. I understand that. Mm-hmm. But I watched every game from actually start to finish, and in my opinion, I believe it was due to Boston's defense when they actually started face guarding him. Like, as soon as he crossed that half court line, they have Marcus Smart or Derek White literally trying to kiss him at half court.
But so you watched the whole game, right?
I said or.
Did you see the wide open shots he was missing that was short because he had no legs? Because that's what I saw. He was 0 for 16, and every single one of them he shot was short because he had no legs, and they were open looks. They weren't that someone was kissing him. They were open looks. He just had no legs to shoot the basketball.
I saw about 3 or 4 that went off the backboard, so I wouldn't say those are short legs. I believe if his legs were tired, he would have airballed 1 or 2.
Okay.
Or, my bad, I didn't mean to say short legs, tired legs.
I do have to say, I'm not arguing. Sherm asked me, since he's not here, he wants me to reiterate, you now owe him $40.
Triple or nothing.
Next, get off that topic. I promise Sherm I'd do it for him.
Sherman Clay still owe Dalton $1 a piece.
And Sherm also owes me jumping through a table that is on fire.
Yes. I forgot about that.
Dalton still owes me a McChicken.
What was
that? That sounds pretty dangerous.
That was from the Bills losing. Bills beating the Chiefs.
Oh yeah.
Bills beating the Chiefs on Sunday Night
That
Football.
one's a heartbreak one for him.
Yeah, it is.
That one hurt.
Yeah, he
Were
owes
we
it.
really gonna make him jump through a table on fire?
Yes.
You said it on here. You
If
get
you
it.
say it on you got to do it.
Yeah, that's why you have to watch what you say on this podcast.
I'm not gonna be there for that one. I don't think I should be there with being public safety.
Allegedly.
I just don't.
Yeah, no.
We'll send you a video.
Be on duty.
I don't think that's gonna work either.
No, you're good.
Just wear a fake mustache and nobody will know who you are.
No, yeah, that one's gonna work.
Definitely a fake mustache is gonna work. Yeah.
It works in the movies.
You gonna buy it for him too?
I will. It works in the
Yeah,
movies.
absolutely.
It
You
has
gonna
to
get
work
him
in
those
real life.
glasses with the fake nose and mustache?
Yeah.
That was a good
I
conversation.
have a better idea. We'll do it right outside of his apartment, so then like he can just kind of like close his blinds, but kind of like peek one eye out because no one's gonna know.
I love it. We're creating solutions.
I'm gonna make sure I'm on vacation that week.
Allegedly. So, you guys got any more to throw hands about?
No, I think I'm good. I threw all my hands.
Good to go.
Curry still sucks.
I feel like Clay could throw hands for hours.
Oh, I could throw hands for hours.
Steph Curry over LeBron James. That's all I'm saying. End of NBA talk.
Yes.
Okay, keep going. Just keep moving forward.
And on that note.
moving forward.
The box wants Chris.
Give it to him.
Chris.
Give it to him. Give it to him.
He hasn't been in there yet.
I'm believing that's box talk.
Chairman.
I like that one. Box talk.
Come on, Chairman.
Give
Final
it to him.
verdict.
You've got to give it to him, dude.
We've got 3. There's 4. Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Chairman is now the only one who has
bad
not been in the box.
Have you been in the box?
No.
Say something stupid.
No.
Yeah, he said Curry's halfway decent. He said something stupid already.
I'm not sending him for that.
But that one's bad.
I think the halfway, if I were to send him for the box, it would be more the fact that he only said halfway decent, not actually good at the game of basketball.
Oh, good times.
Hey, bud. I can't make him too mad. He's my ride.
You sent me in the box. You're walking.
I mean, I could take him.
Thanks, man.
That's funny.
Le bon.
Quit yelling in the penalty box.
That adds time. I've learned the hard way.
But let's get to it here. Harder, I don't think you've been here, and neither have you, Clay. We have a new segment. What we close out with every week. Weren't ready for it, huh?
I'm even ready for it.
I gotta keep remembering we do this. I forget every time.
Try to make it as part of your weekly schedule, guys.
Yeah.
So we have absolute bum of the week, or ABF, and AFB, and then AFU. So absolute fucking bum of the week and absolute fucking unit of the week. That is what we have. So whoever won this week, or who is your top player or person in general, it doesn't even really have to be in sports. It's just anything. And then also whoever lost this week, who truly did lose. So anybody ready to kick it off? Ready to rock and roll? Oh, wow. Okay. Schmieden, what do you got?
Are we starting with AFU?
Sure. Well, no, let's start with bum of the week.
Get the naked.
Okay, go the other way.
Yes.
Go the other way.
Go the other way. I'm not ready.
Other way. Bring it. Come on.
All right. Who we got?
Who you rocking?
Oh, AFB.
Yes.
I'll start it off.
I say I've got it if nobody else does. Go ahead.
I guess I'll start it. So my AFB of the week. I'm gonna say the Celtics as a broad topic, but I'm only gonna pick apart a couple players.
Okay.
I think Tatum has to be in that discussion. I understand he's young, he's got a lot of room to grow, but having 100 turnovers in an off season or in a postseason,
yes,
that's something that I believe he'll get better at. But I mean, he's got to be on that list. And then my other two from the Boston Celtics is Peyton Pritchard because I think he sucks. And then my third one is Boston's head coach. Is it Oud? I forgot how to say his last name. Yeah, I would call him a bum too. My AFB of the week, just because I think he has room to grow as a coach. I think he'll improve, but he had some poor coaching decisions in that series. So,
okay. Who's next? Bring it on.
All right, I got my FB of the week. Figured it out.
Yeah, AFB.
Sorry, Chris. I've been dogging on your teams a lot today. I didn't even realize you're a Braves fan. I've been looking at you this whole time. Oh, okay. My FB of the week are the Braves. Losing their 14-game win streak against a 10-game losing streak of the Cubs.
Yeah.
So we're in the same boat.
So
Yeah,
they're my FB. Was that yours?
No, I got one.
I'll jump the gun because I also had my AFB of the week was the Atlanta Braves because, really, 14-game win streak. You go into Chicago, who's on a 10-game lose streak, and you lose 1-0 with that roster.
Yeah.
For real.
Oh, sorry, Chris.
Who you got?
Do yours.
My AFB
Yes.
is, we brought him up earlier,
Yes.
Draymond Green.
Okay.
$5,000 away, or a little over $5,000 away from having $1 million in fines.
Oh my God.
Quick, have him kick it. Steven Adams in the nuts again.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it just shows that he's one of the dirtiest players in the NBA ever.
Yeah.
100%.
Can he quit?
No, he's gonna go back and play football at Michigan State.
No, he's got to get that record.
Most nuts kick.
No, that's Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah, let's be
He
honest.
doesn't have to go back.
Sue was the thigh.
He doesn't have to go back
No.
to Michigan State to play football.
Curb
He plays
stomping your
football for
chest.
Golden State
Yeah,
anyways.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Just quit being a dirty player. It's not that difficult.
Who you
So
got?
mine's from last week.
Okay.
I wasn't here last week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Street Clothes
Yes.
came out and said that he hasn't picked up a basketball since April of last year.
It's been over a year since he's touched a basketball.
I thought
he
it was
hasn't
April
picked-
of this year.
Yeah, he needs to just retire.
No, it was last year.
That makes it
Yeah.
a lot worse. Than
That's
I
a
thought It was
retirement.
this year.
And
He's
if
got it.
everyone out there doesn't know who Street Clothes is, it's Anthony Davis.
Yes. So, my AFB of the week. It pains me to say it because last week I was all over him. Tennessee. How do you rock all the way through your season? Have whatever record, wasn't it like
The best rep.
something? They had a streak going in college baseball, and then you get 2-1 beat by Notre Dame
Damn it.
before you even get into the final
Notre
eight.
Dame?
Notre
Yeah.
Dame's in Omaha, baby.
God.
Yeah.
Fuck
The
Tennessee.
Notre Dame. They go.
Notre Dame
I'm so upset.
takes him out and goes in to be in the final eight of the College World Series.
Go Notre Dame.
Go Notre Dame.
You watch your mouth. Don't bring that upon us.
Well, when they beat Michigan by 2 touchdowns,
42.
we're all there.
With
42.
With C.J. Carr throwing dimes
my
on
God.
Michigan.
I don't like the way this podcast is going right now.
Oh, it's going great.
They're
There's a box
they're
right
the
there if you want to sit.
in baseball. They're Go Notre Dame. Everything else they can
They're
kiss
mid.
my ass.
They're mid. So let's get to it. AFU of the week. Who's kicking it off?
I will.
Bring it.
My AFU of the week has obviously Steph Curry.
Okay.
I mean, got his first finals MVP, won the finals.
Yes.
He deserves it all. Good job, man. On to Clay.
Mm-hmm. Clay, who you got?
I agree with you,
No, not in a million years. I refuse to say the Warriors as my choice. I refuse to say Steph Curry, so I'm just going to pick pieces from this team.
Okay.
Definitely Steve Kerr getting a 9th ring on his finger. That's obviously one. Klay Thompson from bouncing back from what he's been through the past 2 years.
Okay.
I mean, and Andrew Wiggins, the series and the impact that he had on his team. And, yeah, I mean, I'm only going to pick the players on Golden State who made the biggest impact to win a ring, in my opinion. So,
So I'll do this.
What you got?
So my AFU of the week is going to be Stephen Curry, getting Finals MVP, averaging 31.2 a game with 5 assists and 6 rebounds. Pretty hard to do in the NBA Finals, but for another day.
Bad, not bad. Who we got?
So my AFU is going off of some AFBs.
Okay.
My AFUs of the week are the Cubs for snapping their 10-game losing streak and snapping Atlanta's 14-game win streak.
Okay.
It's hard to do. Honorable mention, though, are the Guardians for beating the Dodgers
Yes.
last night. So,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, they're an honorable mention. They're not going to sweep them. Although they did beat Kershaw, so I don't know.
It's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
It's a possibility.
And we are going into some of our best pitchers, so
Yes.
going
So,
into a stretch of our best.
we'll see how they
Jinx
do.
is on the mound
We'll
somewhere.
see how they do. But the Cubs are my AFU of the week.
Who you got, Chris?
My AFU is the Guardians.
Ooh, okay.
Somehow choking last Saturday, coming back winning Sunday, sweeping the Rockies, which, like Rayson said, first time, and then going in the extra innings last night and beating the Dodgers with their ace on the mound. Our ace hasn't pitched yet. Jose is, we all know Jose,
Yes.
the RBI leader,
Yep.
and this team's fun to watch right now.
Is
This
that 5
team's
straight or 6
definitely-
straight
For
for the Guardians?
wins?
Yeah.
5.
Okay. Because we played a 3-game series against
The
Colorado.
3-game sweep against Colorado, Sunday win against the Ace,
Yep.
which I know you're ecstatic about.
Yes,
and then
sir.
last night beating the Dodgers in extras. And we got a chance to ride that win streak tonight at 7:15 on Fox. And we have Quantrill on the mound.
Yes. And then we have Bieber Sunday?
Biebs
Or is it Stick Sunday?
Biebs is Sunday, and the Dodgers is actually undecided.
Okay.
They pulled Ross Chapman off.
Oh, okay.
But I will say this: if we somehow sweep the Dodgers,
Yes. What a time to be alive.
These two games, these two
Well,
of 3 series.
Our
with
stretch
Minnesota's
for the
fun.
next series are going to be rough because we play Minnesota twice, and then we also play
the Red Sox.
The Red Sox, and we play the Yankees in this stretch too.
Man, who cares about the Yankees?
Yeah, they're sadly enough the hottest team in baseball right now.
What stretch?
What?
What stretch?
Our stretch of games.
Yeah,
We
got
play the Twins next.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got
Then
the
we
Twins.
play Boston.
Then we got Boston.
Then we play the Yankees.
Then
No.
we got the Twins again.
No. It goes finish out with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
3 games in Minnesota.
Okay.
3 games at home against Boston.
Okay.
And then you've got that doubleheader.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about earlier because that doubleheader's not.
Game stretch.
Okay, that's still a tough game. It's a doubleheader.
Yeah, earlier, like I was talking about, that the doubleheader isn't until again the end of the month.
Okay.
So then you've got the 5 straight games at home against the Twins.
Okay.
Then you go at home against the Yankees.
Okay, so I had that mixed up with the Twins and the Yankees. I thought it
Yes.
was the Yankees then the Twins, but
No.
it's the Twins and the Yankees. Okay. So, but still, that is a hard stretch to be playing for the next month.
Yeah, they play the Twins 8
Two
times. 8 times in the next
11 games.
That is a
11
lot.
games.
That's a lot of baseball.
That's a lot of Twins.
It's a lot of tough baseball, but my AFU of the week for their 1 win this week and continuing because they are on a 7-game streak tear in the playoffs right now. The freaking Avalanche, man. How are you going on 7 right now in the playoffs? Going on to 8 if they beat the Lightning. Now,
Right.
if they sweep the finals, that would be 10 straight games in the playoffs won. That is insane. Okay? Now, do I think they do it? Hell no, it's the Lightning. The Lightning always ruin everything that's great in my life. So, but
Seems like the Browns.
that one hurt, okay? That hit the bottom of my heart, okay? That one hurt. But
Stung.
truly, the Avalanche, man, I'm just ready to see a team that actually deserves to win, that hasn't won in a while. And they're also going in for, so this is their 3rd appearance in the NHL Finals. And if they win it this time, that will be 3 out of 3 that they have won. So they are 100% win percentage in the playoffs as of right now. So that is my AFU of the week. I do not have any specials or anything along those
I
lines
don't have
with
any
mine.
honorable mentions either.
No honorable mentions, so on and so forth. Okay, guys, any final words? Colorful anecdotes?
Yeah, I see why Schmedium likes going to the penalty box 47 times a podcast. That chair's comfortable.
All I have
Oh,
to
is
say
it?
is go
But,
blue. And it's been 4
No.
straight podcasts we've said it, but we haven't said it. So I'm going to say it now. Just everyone remember, birds aren't real. And you already know what the frogs are turning, so I don't have to say it.
And sit in the box for the 48th time.
Goodbye.
So
I
I haven't walked out of the studio yet, unlike some of the others.
I think we can all be happy now, though. The basketball season is over.
Yes.
And now I think we can take that time of our basketball talk and throw it towards maybe a little more football. I mean, obviously we still got baseball and
We
hockey.
got to chat baseball.
Yep.
We got to
We
finish out
still
hockey.
got more
I'm-
hockey games.
I'm saying that bit from the basketball can turn into just a little more football.
Always more football.
Just selfishly.
because you know football's right around the corner.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
It's always right around
Cam's
the
getting
corner.
ready to start.
It's always right around the corner, medium football.
77 days.
And hockey's
Sir.
almost over too, so
Hey, man. It's all good.
yeah.
All good in the
It's
hood.
all good. So, any other final words? Happy to have you back in studio, Harder.
Yes. Been
Great.
a hot minute since you've been here.
And I did get some video recording. The live kind of messed up, but we will get that all figured out. And so on, hopefully getting back to it for in-studio lives. But, Schmedium, we got a final word before I close it or no?
It's actually serious.
Bring it on.
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Have a
happy
great day
Father's
tomorrow.
Day.
Coming in his dad fit.
Absolutely. Looking like he's ready to throw on the old Reeboks and go mow the yard
That
when he gets
harder
home.
will be.
That is what I'm doing when I get home.
Absolutely. But happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And on that note, I will thank you for listening to Not Your Average Sports Fans podcast.
On that note, buddy, I think we're good to get out of here. But I think that is all we're going to have, sir.
I feel like it's a good stopping point.
It is time to go to bed.
Thank you for listening to the Not Your Average Sports Fan podcast. Please give a review and smash that like and follow button.
Where are we going?
Ralphie's?
Ralphie's.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good.
Cool.